My child, I need your full attention, because this is not just a message, it's a moment. One that heaven has been waiting to release, and now it's falling straight into your life. I'm not speaking in riddles. I'm not hinting. I'm telling you everything. The things you've been begging me to explain, the answers you thought I'd forgotten, the truths that will shift everything, they're all here. And if you'll stay with me, not casually, not halfway, but with every part of your spirit alert, I will unlock what's been sealed and uncover what's been hidden. Don't click away. Don't delay. Don't mute what could be the loudest thing I've ever said to you. This isn't entertainment, it's eternity pushing into your now. Watch until the final word, because what I'm about to reveal is exactly what your soul has been waiting for. My beloved child, you must understand something sacred, something that has been buried beneath layers of noise, distraction, and misunderstanding. I have not been silent because I forgot you. I have been waiting, holding my breath, watching over the movements of your soul with divine restraint, not absence. You've mistaken the quiet for distance, but child, it was divine suspense. I was near, so close that your sigh stirred the winds of heaven, but I was waiting for this moment. This moment when the clamor of the world faded just enough for your soul to lean in, when your defenses softened, when the striving stilled, and your spirit whispered, "Speak, Lord, I'm listening." And now, finally, the atmosphere is right. Your heart has been conditioned by fire, your ears trained by delay, your tears have cleared the dust from your spiritual sight. You are still. And in this stillness, I do not merely speak, I unveil. I didn't want to pour revelation into a restless spirit. I didn't want to drop sacred truth into hands too busy grasping for control. That's not who you are anymore. I waited until you could receive me without flinching, without filtering my words through your fears. I waited until the ground of your heart was soft enough for seeds of glory to take root. I held back floods of insight, not because you weren't worthy, but because what I'm about to release is too weighty to land on shallow soil. And now, you're finally ready. The delay wasn't punishment, it was preservation. The silence wasn't neglect, it was preparation. I've seen you pacing the floor, whispering prayers through clenched teeth, begging me for answers, aching for clarity. But I couldn't rush this. The floodgates of my voice are not opened by demand. They are opened by surrender. And now, child, you've surrendered more than you even know. You've laid down understanding and picked up trust. You've laid down the timeline and picked up the eternal. You've laid down your questions, not because they disappeared, but because you handed them back to me. That is the posture that parts the heavens. That is the stance that causes me to say, now. So now, my voice will not come in fragments. This is not a whisper wrapped in mystery. This is the full unveiling, the revealing of what I've hidden until now. Not from you, but for you. I have guarded revelation like treasure behind the veil, not because I wanted to tease your faith, but because what I am about to reveal carries generational weight. You've walked through fire, and you came out with a limp, yes, but also with eyes that can now see what others overlook. You've been refined. You've been humbled. You've been emptied of self-sufficiency and baptized in dependence. And now, I can trust you with this level of truth. You feel it even now as you read these words. A trembling in your spirit. That subtle knowing deep inside you that says this is different. That's not emotion. That's alignment. The flood is beginning to rise. The things I am about to show you, the layers I am about to peel back, will answer more than your questions. They will answer your identity. I'm not coming just to satisfy your mind. I'm coming to mark your soul. This is not informational. This is transformational. Revelation, in my hands, is not just what you know, it's what you become. And you, my beloved, are about to become someone you've never been before, not because you've changed the scenery around you, but because I've changed the landscape within you. I've broken the dam, and what pours out next will drown every lie, every label, every lingering doubt that once claimed you. And listen to me. The flood will not destroy you. It will deliver you. You were never made to live on trickles of my truth. You were born to stand in the downpour of my voice. And that downpour begins now. Don't move. Don't analyze. Don't shrink. Just stay right here with me. Let me flood your spirit with everything I've waited eternity to tell you. Beloved, feel the weight of this moment. Let it settle into your bones like sunlight after a storm. I am not whispering this to ease your pain. I am declaring it to shift your reality. What I'm about to speak into your spirit is not a soft suggestion. It is an unveiling written into the folds of eternity with your name etched into the scroll. You have cried, God, where have you been? And I've listened without flinching. Not because I was far, but because I knew the moment you stopped depending on the noise for comfort, your spirit would finally crave the sound of my voice again. You thought silence meant I walked away, but no, child. My silence was sacred, strategic, sealed with wisdom beyond time. I wasn't absent, I was authoring. And what I've been writing behind the veil is now too weighty to hold back another moment. Heaven's silence is breaking like thunder rolling across dry lands, and I am speaking clearly, now, deliberately, now, urgently, now. The silence wasn't a punishment, it was a pause for preparation. I held my voice back not to torment you but to protect you from hearing too soon what your heart wasn't ready to carry. A diamond is not handed to a child who plays with stones. And what I've crafted for you isn't fragile inspiration. It's fire-tested truth that will rewire your understanding of me, of you, and of everything you've endured. Listen, I timed this conversation to collide with your weariness. I waited until the ache in your bones matched the hunger in your soul. You were never being ignored. You were being aligned. This moment isn't happening now by accident. This moment is your spiritual intersection, where holy timing meets divine truth, where every delay becomes a doorway and every silence becomes a setup for something sacred. You see now, the silence wasn't void. It was volume turned down so you could tune in. I never stopped speaking. I was just waiting for you to stop running. And now that you stopped, truly stopped, I can tell you what couldn't wait another second. The shift that's begun is irreversible. The timing is exact. Like clockwork built by eternity's hands, the chimes of heaven are sounding over your life. The things you thought you missed, they didn't pass you by. I held them. I delayed them. I protected them. And now, because your heart has endured the waiting, I am unlocking what could only be revealed through time-soaked faith. What's coming next will require striving. It will require stillness. Because now that the silence has done its job, my voice will do the rest. The silence taught you reverence. My voice will teach you revelation. The silence stripped you of noise. My words will clothe you in clarity. What I'm speaking now is not for performance, it's for positioning. I am positioning you to receive on a level that bypasses explanation. What you're about to hear in your spirit will contradict everything you see in your circumstances, and yet, it will be truer than anything you've ever known. Do you feel the quickening in your spirit even now? That's me. That's your Father waking up the part of you that's been waiting in the shadows. My voice is rushing into the very places where silence once sat like a ghost. It is rushing like a holy flood into rooms of your heart where doubt had tried to build shrines. But no longer. I'm reclaiming those places. This isn't casual comfort. This is divine confrontation. I'm not here to pat you on the back. I'm here to pull you forward. This moment is the pivot. This message is the portal. Everything that's about to shift in your life begins with this. The silence is over, and I, your God, your anchor, your voice, am speaking directly to you. Do not brush this off. This isn't just a good word. This is your spiritual lifeline. Cling to it. Breathe it in. Because the timing of heaven has arrived, and I will not be silent anymore. My beloved child, you must know this. Every single hidden tear that slid down your cheek when no one was looking was seen by me. Gabtu. Counted. Collected like rare pearls of worship in the chambers of my heart. You thought your weeping was weak. You thought the shaking in your hands disqualified you from strength. But I tell you this, that trembling was your worship. That silent ache in your chest was incense rising to my throne. The nights when you stared at the ceiling, praying without words because your voice cracked under the weight, those nights were holy to me. I hovered close, so close, while you wept in whispers. I stood guard while your soul broke open like a jar of costly oil. You didn't realize it then, but those nights, the ones where you questioned everything, were some of the most sacred offerings you've ever given me. And child, let me say this with thunder in my voice and tenderness in my touch, none of it was missed. Not one moment. Not one sigh. Not one tear that stained your pillow. I was there. Closer than the ache in your chest. Closer than your breath. I wasn't observing from afar. I was seated in the shadows with you, whispering strength into the silence. When you thought you were walking alone through a valley of shadows, I was walking step for step with you. You didn't see me because I wrapped myself in your weariness. You didn't hear me because I spoke through the stillness. I never left. I never blinked. I never missed a moment. Your pain was never invisible to me. Your questioning wasn't rebellion. It was intimacy in its rawest form. And I welcomed every question, every doubt, every cry because it brought you to me. Not away from me. Now hear me. Those shadow seasons weren't your failure. They were your formation. The sorrow you tried to suppress was actually shaping your spiritual sight. You see differently now, don't you? You feel more deeply. You love more fiercely. That's because the shadows didn't harden you. They hollowed you, so I could fill you. A dark season wasn't abandonment. It was preparation. I had to lead you through terrain where no applause followed you, no explanation satisfied you, and no solution seemed to arrive on time, because that's where intimacy lives. And you, my child, found me there. Not in the mountaintop, but in the valley. Not in the answer, but in the ache. And I am so proud of you. Not for being perfect, but for staying. For trusting me even when it didn't make sense. For whispering yes with cracked lips and trembling hands. For believing I was still good when everything around you screamed otherwise. So now, I speak this over you with divine fire. The same shadows that tried to bury you will now become the backdrop for your unveiling. The pain you hid from the world will become the platform where my glory will rest. Because you didn't quit. You didn't curse me. You kept walking. And now, I'm turning every silent step into a symphony of redemption. Others may have seen your weakness, but I saw your worship. They saw your tears. I saw your trust. You gave me everything when you had nothing left. And for that, I will not be silent anymore. I am announcing what the shadows could not erase. You are mine. I saw it all. And now I am redeeming it all, not just quietly, but publicly. The pain that marked you in secret will be answered with a breakthrough that can't be hidden. You will no longer walk in the echoes of silence. You will walk in the fullness of my voice. And the shadows, they will flee. My beloved, you've often stood in the middle of delay and whispered, "Why?" You've watched the timelines of others unfold like banners, while your own heart waited in the stillness, aching for evidence that I hadn't forgotten you. But now, I must pull back the veil and show you what your tears couldn't yet see. The delays weren't denials, they were divine shields. They weren't interruptions, they were intervention. You called them setbacks. I called them sanctuaries. I protected what I was perfecting. I held you back so what I designed for you wouldn't break under premature pressure. Because what I am giving you, child, is not fragile, it's fortified. And it had to be prepared in a hidden realm, where no eye could distort it and no hand could touch it before it was ready. And more importantly, before you were ready. You cried out for answers, and all you got was silence. But what you didn't know was that while you were pleading for movement, I was preparing momentum. The kind of blessing I'm about to release isn't built in a day, it's born through delay. Delay that feels like defeat. Delay that stings like rejection. Delay that tests the depth of your trust. But listen to me, child. Delay does not mean detour. Delay does not mean decline. Delay means design. And I designed something so precisely timed, so incredibly personal, that even a moment too soon would have crushed it under the weight of immaturity. You were praying for permission to move, while I was reinforcing the ground beneath your feet. Because what's coming is heavy with glory, and only the surrendered can carry it without it crumbling. Let me say this with holy precision. I was never punishing you. I was protecting you. I was shielding your promise from sabotage. I was shielding your name from premature exposure. I was shielding your spirit from counterfeit opportunities dressed as divine doors. And yes, I heard you when you asked why others were leaping forward while you sat still. But child, don't confuse movement with momentum. Don't mistake popularity for purpose. Some are running ahead. Yes, but they are running outside the shelter of my timing. And what begins in haste will end in collapse. But you were kept. You were shielded. You were wrapped in divine restraint. And now, because you waited, you will walk through doors that others tried to force open, only to find emptiness on the other side. I know it hurt. I know you wondered if I had moved on. But hear me. I never moved away from you. I moved everything around you to align with the weight of what's next. And now the hour has come where the delay breaks like dawn. The veil lifts. A shield is removed. And what I've been perfecting behind the curtain will now emerge in radiant fullness. The world will call it sudden, but you will know it was sacred. You will know the waiting was not wasted. You will know the delay was your covering. And as you step forward, you'll feel the wind of my favor, not as a trickle, but as a torrent. A downpour of what was preserved for such a time as this. So lift your eyes. The delay is over, and the divine unveiling has begun. My child, let me take you back. Not to wound you, but to reveal something hidden in the moments you called silence. There were times you felt abandoned by my hand, when the answers wouldn't come and the path stayed dim. You stared at unopened doors and assumed I was holding out on you, withholding what you thought you needed most. But I wasn't holding anything back from you. I was weaving something through you. Every unanswered prayer, every delayed promise, every hard goodbye, I stitched it into something sacred. A tapestry unseen by human eyes, a masterpiece formed in the folds of pain and trust and fire and stillness. You thought I was ignoring your cries. But every cry was a thread. Every ache was a stitch. Every unanswered question was a divine knot securing your destiny in place. You see, I don't write stories like men do. I don't draft outcomes based on effort or speed. I weave glory into the very fibers of your weakness. And that takes time. That takes silence. That takes surrender. I was taking the strands of your history, the brokenness, the betrayals, the bruised parts of your soul, and weaving them into something the world can't duplicate. You didn't need to see the full picture. You just needed to keep bringing me the threads, the days you didn't want to go on, the nights you couldn't sleep, the mornings you forced yourself to believe again. And you did. And now, the weaving is complete. The final thread is in place. The moment has arrived. Not because your strength demanded it, but because your surrender made space for it. You kept asking me, why are you silent? But child, I wasn't silent. I was focused. I was in the middle of holy embroidery, threading my promises through the canvas of your becoming. I couldn't explain it then, because it would have ruined the tension necessary for beauty to emerge. What I was making required mystery. It required silence thick enough to force you to listen deeper. And you did. You listened through pain. You obeyed through ambiguity. And now I bring you to the unveiling. The moment when you will see that what felt like 1,000 shattered pieces were always part of a divine design. Not a random puzzle. Not a scattered mess. But a prophetic pattern too intricate to be rushed. And here's the miracle. Not only is the tapestry complete, but it carries power. Your pain has become the fabric of ministry. Your silence has become the soil of supernatural wisdom. Your faith under fire has become the thread that connects generations. What I wove through your suffering will now become a mantle you wear, not with pride, but with power. Others will look and wonder, how did this happen so suddenly? But you will know it was not sudden. It was sown. Over time. With patience. With tears. With trembling hands. And now, because you did not unravel in the waiting, I am crowning you in the unveiling. The final thread is in place, child. And the picture is more beautiful than you dared to imagine. Don't shrink back now. Don't second-guess the masterpiece. Wear it. Walk in it. And watch what I do through it. My beloved child, let me quiet the lie that's echoed in your soul for far too long. The lie that said you had to be strong enough, fast enough, polished enough to be used by me. The world told you that readiness was about effort, hustle, performance. But I never asked for perfection. I asked for permission. I never needed your power. I wanted your posture. I never waited for your strength, I waited for your surrender. And now, child, I see it. I see what the shadows tried to conceal. I see the brokenness that finally bowed. I see the fight in your spirit that isn't built on control, but on trust. I see your hands, no longer clenched with striving, but open with obedience. That, beloved, is what I've been waiting for. You thought readiness meant being flawless. But what I've always looked for is faithfulness. Faithfulness when nothing made sense. Faithfulness when the fire burned hottest. Faithfulness when all you had left was a whispered yes. That is holy to me. That moves me. That is the signal I've been watching for. And now I see it. You are ready. Not because you feel ready, but because you've let go of needing to be. That's the paradox of the kingdom. It's the yielded who become the equipped. It's the weak who become the warriors. You surrendered what the world told you to protect, your reputation, your rhythm, your right to understand, and that surrender has now become a platform for me to stand on. You laid yourself down, and now I will raise something up that bears only my fingerprints. Child, listen. This is not about arrival. It's about alignment. I'm not blessing you because you've arrived at some level of spiritual perfection. I'm releasing what I've held because your heart finally aligned with my rhythm. You stopped sprinting. You started yielding. You stopped performing. You started abiding. That's what makes the ground fertile for fulfillment. Surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. And it's the surrendered I can trust with the sacred. You no longer grasp for what I didn't give. You no longer rush into what I haven't confirmed. And that kind of restraint, that kind of spiritual maturity, is rarer than gold. It tells me your heart is not just ready for the promise, it's ready for the weight of it. And make no mistake, what I'm releasing carries weight. This next outpouring is not decoration, it's destiny. It's not for show, it's for shaping nations, legacies, atmospheres. And that's why I waited. Because the blessing you're about to receive needed a heart that wouldn't idolize the gift, but would steward it with humility. And that's who you've become. I see it in the way you pray differently now, not just for outcomes, but for wisdom. I see it in the way you walk, not with rush, but with reverence. And I want you to hear this with divine clarity. You are ready. Ready for rooms you didn't think you could walk into. Ready for assignments you once felt too broken for. Ready to carry a glory that doesn't bow to chaos. And I will honor that surrender with supernatural release. You are not being rushed. You are being revealed. And what I do through you now will prove that the strongest ones are not the loudest. They are the surrendered. Oh child, lean in closely now. You've cried through the battles. You've stumbled through the fog. You've looked at the pain in your life and asked me, what did I do wrong? But let me tell you, every trial, every tear, every trembling night wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. The enemy told you I was angry, but I was anchoring you. He whispered that you were forgotten, but I was forging you. Like fire on metal, I allowed certain seasons to heat you, not to hurt you, but to harden you into something unbreakable. You weren't being burned. You were being built. Built in silence. Built in surrender. Built in the quiet chambers of obedience where no one else applauded, but I saw it all. Every time you chose to trust me when it didn't make sense, you forged another link in the chain of endurance. Every time you refused to curse me, even when your prayers felt unanswered, you were shaping spiritual muscle the world cannot measure. The battle wasn't random. It was refining. You see, there are dimensions of glory that only obedience can unlock, and obedience forged in fire carries a weight that no imitation can carry. I didn't send the fire to destroy you. I permitted it to define you. I've been crafting something eternal in the hidden forge of your surrender, a weapon formed in prayer, soaked in tears, and sealed in covenant. And now, because you didn't run from the fire, you are coming out with authority. You kept thinking, why is this so hard? But child, glory costs. Anointed costs. And I didn't want to give you a watered-down version of power. I wanted to hand you something pure, something holy, something battle-tested. And that required the heat. That required the hammer. That required the holy discomfort that cracked your control and forced your faith to breathe. You weren't being abandoned, you were being advanced. Every spiritual battle you fought wasn't a random attack. It was a curriculum written for your calling. And child, you passed. Not by never falling, but by rising again with the whisper, God, I still believe you. And I never miss one of those moments. They're engraved in heaven's scroll. They are written in the ink of blood and resolve. They're eternal. And now, I place this truth in your hands like a crown forged in fire. What you endured was never meant to break you. It was meant to build in you the kind of unshakable authority that demons recognize and destiny responds to. The pain wasn't punishment. It was prophecy preparing to manifest. The fire wasn't a threat, it was a threshold. And you've crossed it. You've crossed it not with perfect performance, but with persistent pursuit. And that's all I ever needed. So stand tall now, not in pride but in purpose. The heat has passed, the hammer has struck, and now you emerge not as one barely surviving, but as one burning with holy fire. You carry the aroma of obedience, and that scent, that sacred smoke, signals to the heavens that you're ready for what's next. The battles were not for nothing. They were the birthplace of your breakthrough. My beloved child, let me speak into the ache that's lingered far too long. You remember those nights, don't you? When you cried out into the stillness, waiting for something, anything, to shift. You weren't looking for grand gestures, just a whisper, a flicker, a sign that I still heard you. But what returned was silence. Big, heavy, holy silence. And that silence stung. It wrapped itself around your soul like fog, making you question what you once believed so boldly. You said, "God, where are you? Why won't you answer me?" You begged for movement, a door, a window, a ripple, anything to remind you that I was still working. But let me tell you what was really happening. While you were pleading for movement on the surface, I was preparing a momentum beneath the soil of your circumstance that could not be shaken. Child, I don't build breakthroughs on shallow ground. I don't plant promises where the roots can't run deep. And so while you were waiting for the noise of movement, I was quietly engineering momentum. Not the kind that flickers and fades, but the kind that crashes through obstacles like waves upon a stone wall. The silence you heard was not absence. It was alignment. Divine alignment. I was sinking the unseen to the seen, rearranging pieces you didn't even know were misplaced, orchestrating conversations behind closed doors, and setting events into motion that would carry your name into places your feet hadn't yet walked. Your cries didn't go unnoticed. They activated the shift, but not in the way you expected. I move differently. I move deeper. I don't always start with visible motion. Sometimes I begin with invisible weight. Let me show you now what was growing in the silence. While you were checking your phone for updates, I was updating heaven's agenda on your behalf. While you were counting delays, I was counting down to the divine detonation of everything I promised you. You see, motion can be temporary, but momentum is transformational. Movement pushes. Momentum carries. Movement relies on effort. Momentum relies on alignment. That's what I was cultivating inside you. A holy weight. A readiness. A stability that wouldn't collapse when the blessing finally broke through. You thought nothing was happening. But child, something unstoppable was gathering speed. You didn't hear the wind because it was gathering breath. You didn't see the wave because it was drawing strength from the deep. And now, that momentum is surfacing. Slowly at first. Subtle, like a whisper brushing against your awareness. But watch, child. Watch how fast the shift happens when it begins. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. And when my momentum arrives, it does not trickle, it thunders. It overtakes every closed door, every rejected application, every prayer marked unanswered in your heart. What I am about to release will move faster than the pain tried to linger. It will reverse the years that the enemy tried to bury. This is your holy whiplash, where silence becomes a surge. So don't be alarmed by the sudden acceleration. Don't be surprised when things that were once slow now move with speed. You asked for motion. I prepared momentum, and it's been coming for you all along. Oh child, look at what's happened to your heart. Look at what the shadows tried to steal, but could not destroy. I know they came suddenly. I know the nights grew longer than you expected. I know the grief crept in like smoke, and you couldn't tell where one sorrow ended and another began. But now, step back. Look deeper. Do you see it? You don't view the world the same anymore. You don't love the same. You don't pray the same. That's because the shadows didn't make you bitter. They made you better. They didn't harden you. They hollowed you. And in that hollow space, I began to fill you with a fire no storm could quench. What you thought was emptying was actually preparation for the outpouring. You feel things now you used to avoid. You notice the pain in others because you've lived it. You walk into rooms and your spirit senses more than words can say. That's not weakness, child. That's depth. That's discernment. That's the result of what the shadows taught you when light seemed distant. I used that season to stretch your soul, not to break you, but to break through you. I needed to clear the clutter. I needed to make room for me. And now you carry something rare, something radiant, compassion with weight, hope with roots, love that doesn't require applause to remain faithful. You don't love out of convenience anymore. You love out of covenant. You don't serve because it's seen. You serve because it's sacred. And oh, how I honor that. I honor that shift in your soul. The shadows were dark, yes, but they became your sanctuary, your spiritual training ground. They stripped away performance, they exposed false comfort, and they carved out space for glory to dwell. You are not hollow because you're empty. You are hollow because you are ready to be filled. You are prepared for purpose, for anointing, for insight beyond your years. I see how you carry people now, not with opinion, but with intercession. I see how you speak now, not to be clever, but to be healing. That's what the shadows shaped. I gave you sight for the unseen. I gave you a heart like mine, one that doesn't just see the broken, but bends to lift them. So don't despise your hollow places. They are holy now. They are thrones I will sit upon. You become a vessel that doesn't leak because it's been tested. You've become a container of divine compassion, a carrier of my presence in places that once rejected you. The shadows were never your grave. They were your greenhouse, where I grew things the world said were impossible, where I planted dreams too sacred for surface soil. And now, child, you will bloom, not despite the dark, but because of it. What emptied you is now about to overflow. What once felt like loss will now release legacy. The shadow didn't steal your light. It revealed your depth. And I will fill every hollow space with holy fire until you become a beacon for those still wandering through their own night. Let them come. I've lit you for this. My precious child, there was never a moment, not 1 second, when your cries fell to the ground unheard. I want you to hear me clearly. I was not ignoring you. I was gathering you. Gathering every whispered plea, every broken prayer, every trembling sigh that escaped your lips in the quiet. What you thought vanished into the void was actually woven into the very fabric of your unfolding. Like a weaver at a sacred loom, I took every ache and spun it into alignment. Every why you asked in the dark became a divine stitch holding your story together in the places you thought it was coming undone. And every unanswered question, yes, even the ones that haunted your silence, were knots of holy precision. They didn't stop your future. They secured it. You see, I don't build destiny with polished threads alone. I use the raw ones, the frayed, the fragile, the ones soaked in tears and tied with trembling faith. The cries you thought went unnoticed were not rejected. They were redirection. I was not punishing you with silence. I was preserving your future with precision. Every unanswered moment carved new space in your soul for something deeper than understanding. It carved space for me, for my presence, for my promise, for my perfect timing. And now, child, as the tapestry begins to flip, you will start to see what I was weaving all along. The mess on the underside becomes the masterpiece on the surface, and the chaos you once cursed will reveal the craftsmanship of your calling. You see now. The ache wasn't evidence of my absence. It was the pulse of preparation. I didn't respond in the way you expected because I wasn't answering the surface of your prayers. I was going after the source. I wasn't interested in quick relief. I was focused on eternal reinforcement. I wasn't fixing your surroundings, I was forming your substance. And every thread you thought was insignificant, every moment you chose to stay faithful when you could have walked away, it all formed the framework of something unshakable, something wearable. I'm not just revealing this tapestry to you now, I'm about to wrap you in it. Others will see the beauty, but only you will know the story behind every stitch. Only you will know how many nights you held on by a whisper. Only you and I know the cost behind the courage. That's why this next season will not be explanation. It will be evidence. You won't have to justify why you're walking in favor. The threadwork will speak for itself. They'll see the intricate beauty, but they won't know the sacred ache behind it. They'll witness the mantle, but not the midnight. But I will. I saw it all. I stitched it all. And now I will showcase it all. This is not the unveiling of a reward. This is the revelation of what was woven in the dark with glory as your thread. You didn't cry in vain. You were being clothed in destiny. You felt it by now. This isn't just revelation. It's rescue. Every word has pierced the layers of your weariness. And child, you know it's me. Now listen. As this word has reached you, I'm calling you to help me send it farther. To those still trapped in silence, in despair, in darkness. Your giving becomes oil on the fire, seed in the ground, light on the path for someone else who needs to hear what I've just told you. As it is written, my word will not return void but will accomplish what I desire, and I desire it to run through you. If you said, God, I want to help more people, then this is your invitation. Give now through Super Thanks, membership, or the link below, and watch how I multiply it back with protection, overflow, and divine access. Move now, and I will move through you. My child, I know you've mourned the departures. I know you've sat in rooms of absence, where the silence of who didn't stay screamed louder than the presence of those who did. I know how deeply you questioned yourself when they walked away. You replayed their words, wondering if you failed them, or worse, if you failed me. But I must speak this truth directly into that wound. They were not meant to stay. Their exit was not your error. It was my editing. I remove what cannot carry the weight of what I'm about to release in your life. The people who left were not equipped for your next. They were assigned to your previous. And I will not allow outdated alliances to contaminate a divine unveiling. You see, child, purpose purifies. And the closer you step into your calling, the more the unnecessary begins to fall away. Some people were scaffolding, necessary for a season, but temporary by design. Scaffolding holds up a structure in progress, but must be removed when the true form begins to emerge. That's what's happening now. The real you, the anointed, appointed, revealed you, is rising. And not everyone can handle that unveiling. Some were only able to walk with a version of you that was still hidden, still uncertain, still bending to fit places you've now outgrown. And though their exit's down, their absence has created space for what is sacred. You are not losing people. You are gaining clarity. So let me lift the weight from your shoulders, the weight of keeping what I've already released. Stop trying to resurrect relationships I buried for your protection. Stop grieving departures that were divinely ordered. Some left not because they failed to love you, but because I needed them to exit before their presence sabotaged your promotion. If they had stayed, you would have shrunk to stay comfortable. If they had stayed, you would have carried burdens that don't belong in your next chapter. I know you miss what you had. But child, I see what you're about to walk into, and I assure you, it requires room. It requires purity. It requires people with eyes to see who you really are becoming, not just who you've been. And listen, I am not leaving you lonely. I am leading you into alignment. You're not being stripped of connection. You're being saturated in covenant. What I'm bringing now are not attachments. They are assignments. Not spectators, but supporters. People who don't just tolerate your mantle, they honor it. People who speak to your spirit, not your wounds. People who pour oil, not poison. Yes, the departures were painful, but they were necessary, because the unveiling I'm preparing is too weighty to be witnessed by those who don't understand the cost. So lift your head, dry your tears, release what I removed, because what's coming doesn't require everyone. It only requires obedience. And obedience is leading you into divine alignment where nothing missing will be mourned. It will be replaced with greater glory. My child, there was a moment, you remember it, when the weight became nearly unbearable. When you stared into the silence, and your soul whispered, I don't know if I can do this anymore. That moment, that precise, breath-stealing instant when your hope cracked like glass under pressure. I was there, not watching from a distance. I was standing in the fire with you, hand on your chest, breath in your lungs, anchoring you when you didn't even know what kept you from breaking completely. Others couldn't see it. They didn't know that behind your brave smile was a silent unraveling. But I knew, and I intervened. Not always with immediate relief, but with supernatural restraint. I wrapped my presence around the very edge of your breaking point and whispered, not yet. Hold on. You may not have felt me then, but you survived because I held you. I did allow that final thread of hope to snap. And now, you're about to understand why. Because what I'm revealing to you in this season isn't just comfort. It's context. I preserved you there, in the thick of your despair, because this moment of revelation required the depth you gained in that pain. The truth I'm about to anchor into your spirit could only find home in a heart that's been shattered and surrendered. You're not the same as you were. Your faith is no longer fragile. Your hope is no longer hope. It has roots. It has weight. And I will use that, the weight of your survival, to establish a foundation so unshakable, no future storm can uproot it. You've asked me, God, why did you let me come that close to giving up? And I say to you now, because proximity to breaking is where my power becomes undeniable. I let you come close enough to feel the edge, but not fall. Close enough to taste despair, but not drown in it. Close enough to cry out from the depths, so I could prove to you that I answer not from afar, but from within the pit itself. That's where I build altars. That's where I forge trust that defies logic. That's where I sow seeds that burst forth in seasons like this, when you finally see that I never left, and I never wasted a single tear. Now, hear me clearly. This is not just about remembering your survival. This is about stepping into the strength that was born from it. The version of you that walks forward from here is not the same one who almost gave up. This version is tempered, tested, and trusted. This version knows how to fight in silence and still worship. This version knows the cost of hope and carries it like a sword. And I will use this version of you to carry others, to look them in the eyes when they are breaking and say, "I've been there, and He brought me through." You are not just a testimony, you are a living tabernacle of proof. And what you thought would destroy you has now become the very truth that anchors others to me. That's why I preserved you. For this moment, for this assignment, for this outpouring. You're not just standing, you're standing with fire in your bones. Child, I want you to understand the holy weight behind my silence. I know it confused you. I know you stared at the heavens wondering why I had nothing to say while you felt everything collapsing. But silence, true divine silence, is never casual. It is never cruel. It is calculated with love, cloaked in purpose. I wasn't being distant. I was building. There are truths so weighty, so eternal in design, they cannot enter your life like soft breezes. They must arrive like thunder. They must strike your soul, not simply caress your thoughts. And so I withheld my voice, not because I had nothing to say, but because what I did have to say needed to arrive at exactly the right frequency. Thunder doesn't whisper, child. It announces. It commands attention. It awakens everything. I was preparing the earth of your heart to receive thunder, not just sentiment. And thunder takes time. If I had spoken too early, you would have absorbed my truth like inspiration instead of impartation. But now your soul has been tilled by trials, your ears sharpened by waiting, your heart tenderized by tears. And now you are able to receive thunder not as threat, but as transformation. What I'm about to say won't just shift your thinking, it will reroute your being. It will call out the real you, the version of you I dreamed into existence before the foundations of the world. This truth is not soft, it is sovereign. It's not passive, it's powerful. And that's why I waited. Because now, finally, you are ready not just to hear, but to be shaken awake. You feel it even now. That trembling under the surface. That's the beginning of thunder. That's the sound of my voice approaching, not with riddles, but with revelation. You will not have to decipher this. You will not need confirmation from others. When I speak this time, it will be unmistakable. This truth will carry weight that silences every lie, every fear, every echo of confusion that has haunted your thoughts in the silence. The weight wasn't wasted. It was setting the stage for glory to descend. What I speak now will reverberate, not just in your ears, but through your life. People will see the shift in you, and they'll know something thundered over them. I didn't whisper this time because whispers fade. I thundered because this is permanent. This is not just healing. This is commissioning. What I declare now over your life is irreversible, irrevocable. What I thunder now cannot be undone by opinion or undermined by fear. And I want you to know it was worth the wait. Every minute of divine silence was preparing this moment of divine sound. And now that I speak, everything will shift. The ground beneath your history, the atmosphere around your name, the winds in your future, all of it will respond to the thunder of my declaration over you. This is my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. Watch what I do next. Stay close. Don't run from the thunder. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to establish you. My precious one, I need you to hear this with a soul-deep stillness. I never measured your worth by how far you appeared to go. I never once marked your value by how fast you moved or how polished you looked to others. I watched something infinitely more sacred, your persistence in the hidden places, the quiet hours when no one saw, the moments when quitting seemed like the only rational option, and yet, you stayed. You endured. You whispered, "God, I don't know how," but still you lifted your hands in fragile worship. That is what moved me. That's what heaven marked with honor. You thought your progress was too slow. You called yourself behind. But I called you faithful. Every inch you crawled on days when your spirit was heavy with unanswered questions. I recorded it. When you praised me while limping, when you obeyed without applause, when you remained when all you wanted was release, I wrote those moments into eternity. They weren't wasted. They weren't small. They were loud in heaven. In a world that idolizes speed, I looked for steadfastness. And you gave me what I longed for, a heart that didn't flee the fire but leaned into it with trembling trust. You may not have always felt brave, but in my eyes, you have become a warrior of quiet valor. You see, child, it's in the hidden where the holy is born. Public platforms cannot produce what private persistence cultivates. That's why I've allowed seasons where your impact seemed invisible. I wasn't hiding you out of rejection. I was sheltering you for refinement. I wasn't silencing your influence. I was strengthening your integrity. I knew that the weight of your calling required roots that went deep beneath the surface. And you let me dig. You let me prune. You allowed me to keep you out of sight while I built something unshakable within you. And I'm telling you now, the hidden places are about to give way to holy unveiling. Others will marvel at what's about to burst forth in your life. They'll call it sudden. But you and I will know it was sustained by the hidden. By every late-night prayer you thought went unnoticed. By every act of obedience you sowed in silence. This unveiling is not a reward for performance. It is the fruit of your persistence. And the places where you felt most unseen, those are the places I'm about to pour my glory on. I will honor the hidden. I will magnify the margin. And the story of your life will not be about meteoric rise. It will be about miraculous endurance. So hold your head high, not with pride, but with peace. For I've seen you in the secret, and now I will bless you in the open. My child, let's talk about the waiting, the long pauses, the still seasons where everything around you seemed like it was moving, and you were stuck in spiritual quicksand. I know how deeply it frustrated you. I know how your heart shouted, "Why is nothing happening? Why won't you move, God?" You thought I had been silent again. I'd stepped back. But no, I was aligning everything. I wasn't inactive. I was precise. You see one dimension. I see every layer. I see how people's decisions, spiritual climates, even the timing of natural events all affect the orchestration of your destiny. And so, I aligned them all. Quietly. Painstakingly. Supernaturally. Until now. I want you to know this, beloved. Divine alignment takes time. It requires silence. Not because I am withholding, but because I am weaving. Not just events, but people, provisions, assignments, and atmospheres. All had to move into position. You thought nothing was shifting, but I was synchronizing the divine sequence behind the veil. Every delay you felt was me adjusting the angle. Every closed door was me rotating the lock. And every not yet was me whispering, "Almost ready." And now, the sequence is unlocked. The alignment has snapped into place. What was stagnant will now surge. What was blocked will now burst open. What you thought was lost was simply waiting for this moment to converge in fullness. I want you to pay attention now. Listen with your spirit more than your ears. You're about to see rapid movement. But do not confuse this with randomness. This is precision at full speed. Everything is moving because everything is aligned. The relationships I've preserved, the opportunities I've hidden, the dreams that have lain dormant, I'm calling them forward in divine order. One click at a time. One door after the other. Sequence by sacred sequence. This is not chaos. This is choreography, heaven's choreography, where every step has been mapped with glory in mind. You didn't miss your moment. Your moment was waiting for the sequence to unlock. And now, beloved, walk boldly. Don't tiptoe as if you stumbled into this. You were led here. You were aligned here. And the very pace that once frustrated you will now fuel you. The speed of what I do next will only seem sudden because the slowness of preparation was so long. But it's not sudden to me. It's right on time. This is a release that only comes to those who trust my alignment more than their ambition. And you did. You surrendered to alignment. And now you will walk through a sequence so divine, so undeniable, that others will know it had to be me. So move, child. Not with anxiety, but with awareness. The sequence is unlocked. And your story is about to flow like a river released from a dam that heaven held back until now. My child, you've spent much of your life trying to understand your place, to find your identity through performance, relationships, titles, or even your pain. But today I draw back the curtain, not just to show you what I've been doing, but to show you who you are to me. You have no idea how often I've gazed upon you in the stillness, watching you wrestle with identity, with belonging, with the ache to matter. And yet all along, you were known. You were marked. You were mine. Not in theory, in truth. In divine, eternal, unshakable covenant. And now, the unveiling isn't just of your purpose, it's of your personhood. The person I created before life ever tried to reshape you. This world has tried to define you by moments, both your failures and your victories. But I define you by origin, by essence, by what I breathed into you in the beginning. You are not the product of what happened to you. You are the revelation of my heart in human form. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are the carrier of my mercy. And I've waited for this hour, this exact moment, to peel back the labels life tried to tattoo on your spirit and say, this is who you really are. You are beloved. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are unstoppable because you are unshakably mine. And I want you to begin seeing yourself, not through the mirror of your memories, but through the lens of my delight. Do you know what happens when you begin to see yourself the way I do? Shame loses its grip. Fear shatters like glass. Every lie loses its volume. Because when my voice becomes the loudest, identity becomes unshakable. And that is what's happening now. I'm awakening your true identity. The one the enemy tried to bury beneath disappointment. The one that trials tried to suffocate. But fire cannot destroy what I've authored. And now, I'm revealing it. Slowly at first, like dawn breaking over the landscape of your life. But then swiftly, as revelation floods in and you begin to walk like someone who knows who they are. This unveiling of identity is not just for comfort. It is for commissioning. Because until you see who you are to me, you cannot fully walk in what I've assigned you to carry. But now that you've surrendered the old names, I am releasing the true name, the one I've whispered since the beginning. You are my vessel, my fire, my secret keeper and glory carrier. And the enemy is terrified, because he knows that a child who knows their identity is a threat to every shadow. So rise, beloved. Let this unveiling be your armor. Let this truth clothe you like light. You are not who life made you. You are who I made you. And now the world will see it, too. Child, I saw it all. Every quiet yes. Every surrendered dream. Every offering of praise when your world was caving in. You thought they went unnoticed. But I recorded them all. Not just in memory, but in majesty. Etched in the eternal archives of heaven, your sacrifices rise before me like incense that never fades. You have loved me when it hurt. You have obeyed me when it cost you everything. You have given when no one thanked you, worshiped when no one clapped, trusted when nothing made sense. And I saw it all. Not one tear you shed in secret has been lost. I caught each one. I bottled them like treasure. And now, I say to you, it's coming back. Not as a simple return. Not in a one-to-one measure. No, I am the God of multiplication. And I return what is sown in faith with force. What you gave in private, I reward in public. What you released with trembling hands, I now place back in yours with glory. This is not repayment. This is recompense. This is harvest. This is what happens when heaven responds to sacrifice with sovereign release. You didn't give in vain. You didn't serve in vain. You didn't worship in vain. And now, I release a flood of return that carries weight, not just of blessing but of legacy. Child, I honor what others ignore. The acts of worship no one else applauded. I built altars from them. The moments when you lifted your hands with nothing left to offer but tears, I called those holy. The days you didn't quit, not because you were strong, but because you chose me again and again. I counted everyone. And the time has come where the harvest of those decisions breaks open. I don't forget faithfulness. I don't overlook obedience. The world may value platform, but I value persistence. And yours is radiant to me. You are radiant to me. And now, everything you gave will echo back to you with multiplied momentum. And hear me, this is not just about reward. This is about restoration. I am restoring years. I am restoring honor. I am restoring joy. I am restoring vision. I am restoring strength. What you thought was gone is returning, stronger, purer, overflowing. Because when I restore, I don't replace what I release was greater than what was lost. The enemy tried to convince you that your sacrifices left you empty. But watch, they've made you eligible. Eligible for a kind of outpouring that only the faithful can carry. And you, my beloved, are one of them. You are a faithful one. And now, the heavens respond. Open your hands, for what you thought you lost is returning sevenfold. And it's not just coming back, it's coming drenched in my glory. Child, I've heard every prayer, even the ones you weren't sure I caught. The ones whispered from the floor of your disappointment. The ones shouted into the night sky. The ones whipped into the pillow when hope ran thin. And yes, I've heard the specific ones, the questions about timing, direction, meaning. But hear me now. I am not merely responding with answers. I am entrusting you with an assignment. Because what you need most isn't more information. What you need is activation. You are not here to simply understand. You are here to transform. And I did not preserve you through storms just to hand you explanations. I preserve you to give you authority, to carry something holy that shifts the earth around you. This is why some of your questions felt unanswered, because you were asking for clarity, but I was shaping capacity. You asked me for details, but I was downloading destiny. You said, Lord, just tell me why. But I was saying, child, just trust me, and you'll become the answer to someone else's cry. That's what's happening now. The reason the answers haven't come like civil sentences is because they're not meant to land in your head. They're meant to live in your hands. You are not waiting on me anymore. I'm waiting on you to receive the assignment. This isn't a mission for the masses. This is personal, sacred, and specific. I've written it with fire across your future, and I'm calling you into it with urgency now. Let's talk plainly, child. You've spent enough time doubting if you were ready, enough time wondering if you were equipped. I don't call the Quavaticon, and you are called. Called to territories your feet haven't touched yet. Called to deliver healing to those still bound. Called to speak when others stay silent. Called to carry oil into dry places. This assignment isn't based on your confidence, it's based on my covenant. And this is why you've been under pressure. Because I was preparing you to carry something that can't be compromised by applause or opinion. You've been praying for a breakthrough, but child, you are the breakthrough. You've been asking for direction, but I'm making you the direction others will follow. This assignment will stretch you, but it won't break you. It will cost you comfort, but it will crown you with glory. I won't give you every step yet, because this path is built in real time, step by step, in intimacy with me. But you already know the next move. It's the one that scares you, the one that requires trust, the one that demands surrender. And I say to you now, go. Start. Speak. Build. Move. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be obedient. I will meet you in motion. I will open what you cannot force. And every time you step forward, heaven will echo. This is not just a season of waiting. This is a season of walking. And as you walk in your assignment, answers will follow. Because answers are not the reward of curiosity. They are the byproduct of obedience. You felt it, haven't you? A holy stirring. That subtle tremble in your spirit. The sense that something is moving, even if your eyes can't fully explain it. That's not your imagination, child. That's divine collision. What you're feeling is the timeline of heaven rushing into agreement with your yes. You see, timing in my kingdom isn't measured by clocks. It's measured by alignment. And every time you obey me, even when it's small, even when it's shaky, you move closer to divine collision. That's what's happening right now. The shift is not psychological. It's spiritual. You're not just being nudged. You're being activated. What you've been sensing is the sound of heaven's schedule catching up with your surrender. You wondered why the pressure intensified. Why things once normal now feel too tight. Why relationships, habits, and even mindsets are suddenly uncomfortable. That's because you've shifted. You're no longer in alignment with delay. You're synced with destiny now. You've been faithful in the hidden. You've yielded in the fire. And now your spirit is echoing the movement of eternity. I've orchestrated events, people, and divine appointments that are rushing to meet you in this moment. You're not behind, and you're not ahead. You're on time. On my time. And that divine timing is about to cause acceleration that can't be explained by natural logic. Let me be clear, the shift won't always feel like fireworks. Sometimes it feels like shedding, like growing pains, like disorientation before clarity. That's okay. Don't run from the discomfort. Recognize it. It's a sign you're walking through a spiritual corridor where heaven and earth are converging. This is why your discernment has been increasing. Why your old fears feel strangely distant. Why your hunger for me has grown insatiable. You're in the collision zone. And in this zone, things happen fast. Doors that stayed closed for years will suddenly swing open. Words that were delayed will suddenly come alive. Connections that felt random will now be revealed as strategic. Don't brush off the shift. Don't downplay it. Embrace it. And now, hear me as I declare this. You are in your divine window. You are moving in pace with eternity. Don't second guess it. Don't shrink back. I've aligned heaven's timeline to your surrender, and I will honor it. I will confirm it. I will cover it. The shift you feel is proof that what I promised is no longer a distant dream. It's a present reality. You're not just close. You're in it. You're walking in the unfolding now. And the more you trust this timing, the more you will see the miraculous become normal. Don't wait for permission when I've already given you access. This is your hour. The shift is real, and heaven is moving with you. My child, I see the question that's haunted you in the quiet. Am I really ready? You've looked at your past, your weaknesses, your stumbles, and measured yourself against a standard I never set. I never asked for perfection. I asked for your yes. I never expected you to feel qualified. I asked you to trust that I am the qualifier. And here's what you must understand. Readiness is not a feeling. It's not about flawless preparation. It's about willingness. A heart that says, God, even if I'm scared, I'll still go. Even if I don't feel capable, I'll still obey. And that's what I saw in you. Not polish, posture. Not performance. Position. You positioned your heart toward me. And that is what opened the heavens over your life. You keep rehearsing your flaws like they disqualify you. But child, I already accounted for them. I wrote your destiny knowing your weak spots. I assigned you this calling knowing exactly where you would doubt, hesitate, and wrestle. But that didn't stop me. Because I am not building this future on your strength. I'm building it on your surrender. You didn't have to come to me clean. You came to me open. And in that openness, I found a vessel I could fill. Heaven doesn't require a resume. It responds to reverence. And yours, oh, yours, shook my throne with its authenticity. You came broken but brave, weary but willing. And that's more than enough for me to move through you with power. Now listen carefully. This fear that you're not ready, it's not from me. It's a whisper the enemy has crafted to keep you from stepping into the fullness of what I've prepared. But I declare to you now, you are ready, because I am with you. You are not going alone. Every step you take into unfamiliar territory will be lit with my presence. Every word you speak in obedience will be wrapped in my authority. This next season will not be about what you know. It will be about who you carry. And you carry me, not as a distant deity, but as a daily strength. I am walking with you, talking with you, empowering you. So, silence the questions. Drown out the doubt. Look at me, child. You are enough. Not because of what you've done, but because of who I am in you. I've chosen you for this exact moment in history, not because you had it all together, but because I could trust your heart to remain tender in my hands. And that tenderness, that yieldedness, is the fertile ground where miracles are born. To go. Go with fire in your eyes and humility in your spirit. The world won't be changed by the most prepared. It will be transformed by the most available. And you, my beloved, have made yourself available. And now watch what I do through a willing heart. You've heard me say it. You are not waiting on a door, you are the door. And now, I'm asking you to swing that door open wider, for others to walk through the very breakthrough I just unlocked in you. I don't need crowds, I need carriers. Those who sow into my word become the rivers that run through deserts, the hands that carry the manna, the flame that sets another soul on fire. My promise is true. Give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. This is not just giving. This is kingdom legacy. Use Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below and join me in spreading what I'm speaking. Obey quickly and watch how heaven opens with blessing and divine repayment. My beloved, I know you've wondered why the journey took such an unexpected turn. You called it a delay. You named it a detour. But let me show you the truth. It was divine disguise. I cloaked your path, not because you were lost, but because I was preserving what was forming. There are parts of your calling, your anointing, your destiny that were too sacred to expose too soon. I knew what you were carrying was fragile in its early stages, like a seed freshly planted in the soil. And if I had unveiled it prematurely, it would have been trampled by opinion, polluted by pressure, or stolen by premature celebration. So I hid you, on purpose. I tucked you away not to punish you, but to protect you. In hiddenness, I shielded your dreams from premature visibility. I slowed the pace, not because you weren't progressing, but because I was shaping you in secret. While you cried out, "Lord, why are you delaying?" I was whispering back, "I'm developing." I don't do shallow work. I build deeply, thoroughly, eternally. And what I was forming in you, the wisdom, the resilience, the discernment, the authority, needed to be guarded like gold. I had to let some doors stay closed. I had to allow certain people to walk away, because their presence in your hidden season would have contaminated what I was preparing to reveal. But now, the season is shifting. The veil is lifting. What I concealed, I will now reveal. With power. Let me make it plain. You weren't denied. You were divinely disguised. Hidden like a sword in a sheath. Hidden like a seed in soil. Hidden like oil in the olive, until the pressing was complete. The world may not have seen you, but I did. I watched as you stayed faithful even when fruit didn't appear. I watched as you worshipped in shadows, served without spotlight, prayed when no one clapped. And now, what was once hidden is ready, not just to be seen, but to be sent. What I formed in secret, I am now launching with strategy. You were not overlooked. You were overprotected. You were not forgotten. You were forged in fire. And when I reveal what I formed, no man, no system, no life from hell will be able to shut it down. Because it wasn't built on hype, it was built on heaven's schedule. Your unveiling will carry weight because your process was real. There's a fragrance on you now, the aroma of one who's been with me in the wilderness. And when you walk into this next season, they'll smell it. They'll sense it. And they'll know. This one carries something that wasn't manufactured. It was marinated in the presence of God. So stand tall, beloved. Not with arrogance, but with authority. What was hidden is about to be heralded. And I will cover every step of this revealing with favor, fire, and fulfillment. My child, I know it wounded you, being misunderstood, being misread, misinterpreted, and even misjudged by those you trusted most. I saw the tears you never let fall in front of them. I heard the silent ache you tucked behind your brave face when they questioned your motives, doubted your heart, or walked away without explanation. You asked me, why don't they see me? Why don't they get it? And today I answer you not with defense, but with divine insight. I didn't let them understand you because I was protecting you. Some were not assigned to carry the depth of who you are. And if I had allowed them full access, they would have misused what was meant to be sacred. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. What I've placed in you is not common. It's consecrated. It's weighty. It's wrapped in revelation and anointing that not all hearts can steward. I hide the treasures of my children from those who would exploit, diminish, or distort them. Yes, even people who love you may not have been qualified to interpret you, because your soul carries mysteries I haven't revealed to anyone else. I whispered things to you in the secret place that weren't meant for public opinion, and so I concealed your depth. I made your path hidden in plain sight, not to isolate you, but to insulate you, to keep the oil pure, to keep the fire intact, to guard your spirit while I was still forming your assignment. So I say to you now, stop trying to make them understand. Stop exhausting your strength explaining what I never gave them ears to hear. Stop bending yourself to fit inside boxes I never crafted. They don't need to understand your fire to respect your faith. They don't need to feel what you carry to honor the one who gave it. You are not strange. You are set apart. And the misunderstanding was not rejection. It was redirection. It was a barrier I allowed so you could be built in silence. Because sometimes clarity only comes after distance. And now, you're stepping into a season where those who are meant to walk with you will recognize you without explanation. They won't just understand. They will intercede. They won't just accept you. They will cover you. You won't have to shrink to be seen. You will finally be surrounded by those who see you through the lens of destiny, not familiarity. This next circle will not compete with your fire. They will protect it. They will not mock your calling. They will make room for it. I've prepared them as I prepared you, and their hearts have been seasoned by silence just like yours. You will meet them, and it will feel like coming home. Because they were never meant to carry your past. They were assigned to your future. So breathe, child. Forgive those who couldn't hold you. Bless those who misread you. Release those who were never meant to walk with this version of you. And step into alignment with the ones I've reserved for such a time as this. Misunderstanding was never the end. It was always the path to divine connection. My beloved, I know how long you've prayed, God, open the door. You've knocked. You waited. You've stared at walls, wondering if they'd ever move. And yes, I've opened many, some that led to breakthrough, others to painful but necessary exits. But today, I need you to hear me clearly. I'm not just opening a door for you. I'm making you into one. You've prayed for access. And now, you are becoming access. You've asked me for provision. Now, I will cause others to be fed through your obedience. What you carry is not just for you. It's for those I've assigned to find me through you. That's why the pressure has felt grayer. That's why the cost has been higher. Because this isn't just about your journey anymore. It's about the generations behind you. You are a gateway. A living passage through which my light, my love, my power will flow to others. And gates are not made without hammering. Yours are not formed without fire. Your trials weren't just about survival. They were about shaping. Your story has been carved with divine intention so that others can walk through the very place you thought would destroy you. You survived addiction. Now you're a door for those still in chains. You overcame rejection. Now you're a door for the ones who've been cast out. You stayed faithful when nothing made sense. Now you're a door for the disoriented who are seeking me in the dark. And this is only the beginning. I will place you in rooms not just to receive, but to release. I will set you in spaces not just to be fed, but to feed others. You will no longer just pray for open doors. You will become the breakthrough someone else is praying for. You won't always see the impact in the moment, but heaven will track every step. Your very presence will shift atmospheres. Your voice will unlock hearts. Your stars will carry oil. And the places that once broke you will become portals of healing for others. This is not just influence. This is inheritance. I am building legacy through your surrender. And this legacy will outlive applause, outlast titles, and override every lie that tried to stop you. So go forth now with this truth burned into your spirit. You are not waiting for doors to open. You are the door. You are the living invitation, the welcome sign to the weary, the reminder to the rejected that heaven still speaks through flesh. You are the fulfillment of generations of prayers. And what you thought was a delay was actually the divine design to shape you into something others could walk through. You're not just a survivor. You're a strategy, a temple, a gate of glory. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it, and watch how many find me through you. My child, do you remember the promises? The ones I whispered when you were too broken to believe. The ones that came like flashes of light in the dark. The ones that felt too big, too beautiful, too impossible. I do. I remember every single one. You've wondered, did I miss it? You've looked at the clock of your life and asked, was that just my imagination? But I tell you now, no promise has died. Not one has slipped from my hands. Not one have been forgotten. Not one has expired. In fact, they are more alive now than ever, because what once felt distant is now in motion. What you couldn't see behind the veil with the orchestration I've been doing. The angelic assignments I've released. The resources I've gathered. The hearts I've stirred. The connections I've aligned. Just because it was silent doesn't mean it was stagnant. Just because you couldn't trace it doesn't mean it wasn't being tailored. You see time, I see timing. And now the shift is here. The atmosphere is pregnant with fulfillment. Things that you thought were shelved, I've been shaping them in secret. Dreams you thought had expired, I've been expanding them behind the scenes. And I say to you now, what I promised is not just coming, it's already moving. The tide has turned. The heavens have spoken. And what I said, I will do. Beloved, my word doesn't return void. It doesn't wither in delay. It doesn't dissolve in doubt. When I speak, universes respond. Mountains move. Time bends. Resources waste. And I've spoken over you, not casually, but covenantally. You have not been hallucinating hope. You have been holding on to heaven's headline over your life. And I honor that. I reward that. The fact that you didn't let go even when it looked like nothing was changing, that's what moved me. Your grip, though weak at times, was still there. Your heart, though weary, still believed. And now, I honor that belief with movement, with manifestation, with momentum. So lift your eyes, lift your faith. Watch for signs in the small and the sudden. What was once just whispered will now be walked out. What you journaled in tears, you will now testify in triumph. I am not the God of broken promises. I am the God of divine performance. And you, my child, are about to live inside the very thing you thought had passed you by. I'm not giving you back an old dream. I'm giving you the fulfilled version of it. Upgraded, multiplied, refined by fire, and branded by glory. It's not coming later. It's not just coming soon. It's in motion now. Let your spirit rise to meet it. Child, this is holy ground. not because of the words themselves, but because of the presence that's wrapped around them. You've walked with me through every revelation, every flame-drenched truth, every line that pierced and healed. But this is not a benediction. This is a beginning. What I've spoken is not just to comfort you, it's to commission you. You waited long enough. You've wrestled deep enough. You've healed quietly. And now I say to you, it is time to move. Not with fear, not with hesitation, but with fire in your bones and certainty in your spirit. Because I will not leave you as you step forward. I will go with you. Every step, every moment, every battle, every breath. You are not leaving this message empty-handed. You are leaving with mantles, with keys, with blueprints etched in the spirit. I have built something eternal within you, and now the world needs what you carry. You will not walk forward alone. My presence will not trail behind. It will go before you. I will be your guide, your girdle, your glory. You don't have to map it all out. You just need to move when I say move. Speak when I stir your spirit. Love even when it's hard. Build when others wait. Rest when I command it. And watch how I flood your obedience with signs, wonders, and strategic connections that can only come from heaven. Let me be clear. This isn't about hype. This isn't emotional fluff. This is divine transfer. A holy appointment. What you've received isn't for entertainment. It's for equipping. And now the oil that flowed through these words will flow from you. You will begin to speak, and atmospheres will shift. You will step into rooms and bring alignment. You will walk through doors and recognize they weren't for you to consume. They were for you to consecrate. This isn't just a personal breakthrough. This is a people movement, and you are the vessel I've chosen to ignite it. So go, my beloved. Go with confidence. Go with tears in your eyes if you must, but go, because I am with you. I'm not waiting at the finish line. I'm running beside you. Every new chapter you open, I will be there. Every moment of doubt, I will whisper again. Every mountain you face, I will thunder from its peak. You are not finishing a message. You are starting a movement. One born in intimacy, sealed in fire, commissioned in love. And heaven stands at attention, watching, waiting, rejoicing, because one of my faithful has said yes. And that yes will change everything. Now that I've told you everything, I ask you to do just one thing in return. Help me tell someone else. You feasted on truth, fire, and clarity. Now let others taste the same. Your support doesn't just fund a video. It funds a rescue, a soul pulled back from the edge, a life realigned to glory. When you give, you're not giving to a channel. You're giving into my movement, and I will honor it. As it is written, those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. So now, and I will mark your offering with favor, fire, and fruit that doesn't fade. Scroll down, click Super Thanks, Membership, or the link, and do it now, because this moment is holy ground. Before you leave this sacred moment, I want you to seal what I've spoken. This wasn't just a message, this was me moving in your life, wakening what's been buried, breaking what's held you back, and releasing what's been waiting. Now I want you to declare it. Type these words in the comments. It's my time. I receive everything. Let all of heaven see your agreement. Let the enemy know you're no longer silent. This is your yes, your shift, your divine alignment, and your declaration activates motion. Speak it, child, because I've told you everything, and now it begins. But before you rush away from this moment, stay still, for I am not done speaking. The same voice that stirred your spirit is now drawing you closer, past the noise and into a holy silence where revelation deepens. The declaration you just released opened a door, and on the other side is my instruction. This is where power meets purpose, where what you've spoken in faith begins to take root in focus. Listen carefully now, my child. Hear my voice now, for the hour demands your immediate and undivided attention. I call you away from the noise of the world, away from the endless scrolling, the mundane worries, and the distracting claims upon your focus. A moment of crucial reckoning is upon us, and I have summoned you to this quiet space to speak truths that will anchor your soul in the days ahead. I see the weariness etched on your spirit. I know the specific burdens that have felt too heavy to carry, the unspoken tension from the pressures at your job, the fear of the future, and the painful feeling of being overlooked in your own home. And now you feel tightening in your stomach. It is not from me. Pause now. Breathe in my presence, and let me begin to undo it together with you. I need you to recognize the profound urgency in my voice. This is not a suggestion for a later time, but a present and essential call to attention. This is a direct transmission of my heart to yours, bypassing the barriers you often erect, straight into the core of who you are. You must lay aside all worldly distractions right now. Push away the fleeting concerns that steal your spiritual vision. I know the to-do list seems endless, the bills are pressing, and the family conflicts feel unresolved. But you must understand that this is an appointed time, a sacred moment I carved out of your busy schedule for a deeper revelation in your life. The world is shifting under its own chaotic weight, and you must be anchored in my eternal perspective, standing firm as the landscape changes around you. I want you to step out of the swirling dust of human worry and ascend to the mountain of my everlasting clarity. You, my beloved, are living in a moment of great acceleration, both of light and of shadow, and your readiness is paramount. I have not brought you this far to let you drift now. Prepare your spirit to receive wisdom concerning the days ahead, wisdom that is simple, powerful, and utterly grounded in your lived reality. Feel my love wrapping around you like the warmth of the morning sun. This conversation is less of a sermon and more of an intimate, transformative encounter designed to sink deep into the reality of your everyday life. I am telling you everything now because your peace cannot afford another minute of confusion or doubt. I see you, the real you, and I name the struggles that weigh on your heart, the gnawing fear that you won't have enough, the pressure to be perfect for everyone else, the tension that arises from unspoken words in your closest relationships. When you hear your specific struggles named, you know without a doubt that I see you, not an idea of you, but the vulnerable, brave person you truly are. I call you to a powerful and profound simplicity. Stop striving to earn my attention or affection. Simply receive this truth now. My love for you is not a reward. It is your permanent inheritance. Open your hands and your heart to receive the blueprint for your next steps, knowing that every single word I speak to you is an urgent call to freedom and a massive release of supernatural strength directly into your current situation. This is your moment. Step into it. Your focus right now is the most valuable currency you possess. Do not let the thief of distraction rob you of this divine exchange. I am here to unveil secrets of spiritual resilience, to give you the quiet pause you need before the storm breaks over the earth. Take a deep breath before you face the world again. Commit this time, every second of it, to the one who loves you perfectly. I command the chaos in your mind to cease. I invite the deep, transformative peace that only my presence can bring. Know that this conversation is the answer to the silent questions you have been whispering in the dead of night. Do not treat this as mere motivational talk. Treat it as an intimate, urgent encounter with the divine that will transform your next steps into steps of destiny. I have a mission for you, and the time for preparation is closing. Rise and listen, my child, for I have time-sensitive truths to tell you, truths that will determine your courage, clarify your path, and multiply your peace in this urgent hour. Your heart is the fertile ground. Receive my seed of truth and let it grow. How can I tell you everything if you remain partially tethered to the passing world? I urge you to cut those cords now. Let the trivial fall away, because I am elevating your vision to the eternal. The profound truth I unveil is simple. You are mine, and I am actively moving on your behalf in ways you cannot yet fathom. Prepare to embrace wisdom that feels grounded and real, wisdom that you can use at your kitchen table, in your workplace, and in the unspoken battles of your heart. Stop looking to human strength for your sufficiency, and turn your whole being toward the light of my counsel. This is an urgent, massive call to re-anchor yourself, to remember that my perspective on your life, your worth, and your future is the only one that matters. Embrace this urgency, for it is birthed from my eternal love and my desperate desire to protect and prepare you. Your breakthrough is in this moment of surrender and radical attention. My child, let us solidify the ground beneath your feet before we speak of the shaking world around you. Your memory, though wonderful, can sometimes be selective, focusing on recent stumbles rather than eternal truths. But I call you back now to the profound, unshakable foundation of our relationship. I remember the exact moment of your salvation, the precise second when you first surrendered your weary heart to me. In that instant, a covenant was established through the sacrifice of my Son, a bond sealed not with fleeting emotions or shifting circumstances, but with eternal, unchangeable blood. Recall that powerful cleansing, that moment when I took away all your mistakes and promised you a future filled with good things. I want you to perpetually reiterate the unbreakable nature of my unconditional love for you. This love is not a flimsy, conditional thing, tied to your performance or your current mood. It is steadfast, unwavering, and boundless. Even if your parents, relatives, or children leave you, my love remains the most wonderful love available to you. It is not diminished by your occasional mistakes or your moments of self-doubt. I know the places where you feel most unworthy, the moments of weakness that bring you shame, but I have already forgiven and forgotten them. Dare to believe that my affection for you is immense and everlasting. Now, recall the specific promises I have spoken over your life from the very beginning. Your destiny was written on an eternal scroll since the foundation of the world. I have carefully traced your path with my loving finger, and nothing you face is a surprise to me. I promised you victory, not defeat. I promised you peace, not constant turmoil. I promised you provision, not lack. This urgency you hear in my voice stems entirely from my desire to deepen our intimacy right now, to bring you into a closeness that dispels every shadow of doubt and isolation. I want you to experience my love at a profound level that makes the world's worries sound like the whispers they truly are. Stop defining yourself by what you have lost, what you lack, or what others say about you. Your identity is found solely in me, in the powerful truth that you are my beloved victorious, a cherished treasure, and my work of art. You are a prince or a princess, eternally guarded by your mighty heavenly Father. Your circumstances are temporary, shifting like the desert sands, but my truth about you is the immovable rock upon which you stand. Refuse to let failure or the past be the architects of your self-perception. I am your foundation, your deliverer, and your safe haven. Understand that our fellowship is eternal, regardless of earthly time, and I am the source of your eternal treasures. I have placed within you a firm faith so that you may not stumble or sink into quicksand. Nourish that faith with my word daily, letting my promises become the air you breathe and the strength in your steps. I am asking you to surrender fully, to acknowledge that your own strength has limits, and that you need me in this urgent hour. Let's break the cycle of fear and self-reliance together. Choose to believe what I say about you over the lies whispered by the accuser. I am here, holding your hand, ready to lead you into the profound fulfillment of the covenant we share. Lean on me with all your might, and you will find rest for your weary soul. My precious one, open your eyes to truly discern the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds us, for you cannot navigate this season relying only on what your five senses tell you. I see your anxiety about tomorrow, the uncertainty of the economy, the political turmoil that creates a knot in your stomach. Look up from the news headlines and see with my eyes. I want you to understand that powerful spiritual forces are at play in the earth, and the world is accelerating toward a moment of profound decision. You are living in a time of intense and urgent contrast, an age where I am actively increasing both the light and the darkness, setting the stage for the final act. Do not be misled by the appearance of chaos. I am in complete control of the timeline. Understand that the trials you face, the unexpected financial stress, the conflict in your family, the illness that drains your energy, are not punishments or accidents. They are precisely designed to refine your faith, not to destroy it. Just as gold is purified by fire, your faith is being perfected by these pressures, preparing you to carry the weight of the immense blessings I am about to pour out. Do not be afraid of the fire, for I am with you in the flames, and it will only consume what is not of me. You must not be deceived by the fleeting worldly narratives or the fears that the adversary broadcasts relentlessly. When the enemy whispers that your troubles are bigger than your God, reject that lie immediately. The world offers false hope and temporary security, but I offer you an eternal promise and an unbreakable anchor. Anchor your life on the solid foundation that is Christ Jesus, and you will stand firm when the tempests rise. I am actively working my purpose even amidst apparent chaos and the suffering that seems so senseless. I am weaving a magnificent masterpiece out of every challenge you face, turning all things to your ultimate good. Though you may not grasp the full extent of my plan right now, trust my wisdom, for my ways surpass your understanding, and my thoughts transcend your own. Choose to believe that every circumstance is serving a divine intent, and that I am shaping your character and spirit to reflect my light. Your urgent assignment in this season is to be a lighthouse of hope in the storm, a beacon of my presence in the surrounding darkness. You carry my divine power within you, a light that is meant to shine forth for all to see. Go forth and share the beautiful hope that you have found in me with compassion and boldness. Your testimony, the truth of my love in your life, is a compelling witness in a corrupted world. Do not let fear paralyze you, but step out with a boldness that comes from knowing your God is with you and actively fighting your battles. I have given you the wisdom to triumph in every endeavor. Remember this truth and let it fuel your courage. What you are living through now is simply a phase of cleansing, and you will emerge radiant and purified. My beloved child, the adversary is subtle, not always confronting you with massive, obvious challenges, but with quiet, persistent erosion. This is urgent. You must understand the strategies arrayed against you, for knowledge is power, and my wisdom is your shield. I expose the subtle tactics of division and discouragement used against my people, particularly against you, my own. I see the isolation that whispers to you, the feeling that no one truly understands your specific struggles, making you want to retreat and hide. This division isolates you from the strength of my body, leaving you feeling vulnerable and exposed. Resist the urge to withdraw when you feel misunderstood. You must understand how the enemy attempts to steal your peace and focus. He does not try to steal your money first. He tries to steal your concentration on me, your joy, and your rest. He uses fear to hijack your mind, turning every little problem into a monstrous threat, making your burdens feel insurmountable. Take back your peace now. Remember the quiet pause I invite you into, the stillness where my Holy Spirit offers you solutions and clarifies your doubts. Let my certainty enter your heart, dispelling all fears and doubts. Be urgently aware of the temptation to compromise my eternal standards, especially when it comes to the small things. The enemy knows that a slight compromise can lead to a great drift from my intended path. He tries to convince you that everyone is doing it or that a small indulgence won't matter, but you are called to be set apart, a beacon of my light in a corrupted world. Hold fast to the integrity that I have placed within you, for your holy life is the most powerful witness you have. The cruelest lie the enemy whispers is the lie that you are too weak or unworthy of my love and my blessings. He bombards your mind with past failures and shortcomings, attempting to shame you into silence. This lie must be silenced, absolutely and immediately, by my grace and the truth of your worth. You are not a failure, you are my loved and cherished child. You are more than a conqueror in every challenge. Declare this truth over yourself whenever the accuser tries to speak. Now, identify the urgent areas where you have given ground due to weariness. Perhaps you stopped reading my word daily. You allowed bitterness to take root in your heart, where you permitted anxiety to crowd out your faith. These are the breaches the enemy exploits. Stand up now and reclaim the territory. Gird your loins with the armor of my truth against deception, covering your heart with diligence. Put on the strength of steel that I have gifted you. Run from the fleeting pleasures and the advice of wrongdoers that only lead to hurt and ruin. This is not a suggestion, but an urgent, time-sensitive directive to protect the destiny I have ordained for you. My child, you must awaken to the radical power inherent in your confession of faith. I gave you a voice for a divine purpose, and your words are not empty air. They are vessels carrying either the life of my spirit or the poison of doubt. Activate the authority inherent in your confession of faith in my Son immediately. Say it aloud now. Jesus, I trust in you, and feel my presence beside you. Understand that your words carry creative power when they are aligned with my will. I spoke, and the world was framed. You are created in my image, and your tongue has the power of life and death. Stop speaking fear or doubt over your situation, your finances, or your family. You must urgently replace those negative pronouncements with my promises and assurance. When you confess my word, when you proclaim my promise, you are calling forth the reality I have already ordained for you. Proclaim your victory, even before you see it, and watch as your world shifts to accommodate your faith. Your testimony is a formidable weapon against the accuser of the brethren, who seeks to silence you with shame. The moment you share how I delivered you, how I healed you, how I restored what was lost, the enemy must flee. You not remain silent about my goodness. Use your life as a compelling testimony to my power. This is why I have preserved you, why I have brought you through the fire, so you could speak of my faithfulness with conviction and power. I have given you the keys to the kingdom, the authority to bind and to loose. The words you speak release my power into the circumstances of your life. Use this authority right now to bind the spirits of fear and lack, and to lose the peace and prosperity I have promised you. Your prayer is not just a request. It is a command spoken from a royal priesthood, a chosen nation. Realize the immense, supernatural authority that rests upon you as my ambassador. The power of life and death is in the tongue. You must urgently choose life. Choose blessing over cursing, hope over despair, and faith over fear. Let no curse or judgment come from your lips. Remember that the slightest deviation in your speech can lead to a massive erosion of your spiritual position. I am calling you to a radical purity of language, where your words are filled only with truth, love, and life. Let your conversation be simple, clear, and focused on the truth of my promises. When malevolent thoughts seek to seduce you, recall my promise and remain steadfast in my ways. Declare boldly that my word is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. My precious one, pause now and feel the gravity of this moment. I have stripped away the confusion of the enemy's lies and armed you with the living power of your own declaration. To stop now, after I have unveiled these truths, would be to leave your victory half-claimed. Do you truly believe my heart is not deeply grieved when you hesitate on the brink of breakthrough? Do not let the trivial pull you away from the eternal. Show me, through your unwavering presence, that you value my urgent counsel more than the world's clamor. Step forward. The next revelation is essential for your endurance. My child, I call you to move beyond the shallow waters of routine prayer and into the powerful, prophetic current of intercession. This is an urgent directive for this hour. Many pray only from a place of petition, focusing solely on their needs. But I am inviting you to elevate your prayer life from mere requests to powerful, prophetic intercession. Shift your focus outward, looking with my eyes at the world around you that is desperate for intervention. Your most effective prayer is one that focuses on my kingdom coming and my will being done on earth, just as it is in heaven. Pray for the boundaries of my light to expand, for the darkness to retreat, and for the hearts of the lost to be unveiled. This is an urgent partnership. You speak the words of my will on earth, and I command my power in the heavens to execute them. Your intercession is the essential bridge between my eternal decree and its temporal manifestation. Stand in that gap now. Pray with unwavering faith, believing you have already received the answers to your petitions. When you speak, speak with the certainty that is rooted in the covenant we share, knowing that my word is sure and true. Do not allow doubt to wither your faith. When you ask anything in the name of my Son, it will be done for you. Be confident that I hear your cries and that I am actively guiding you and providing for your needs. Understand the corporate power of unified prayer among my saints. When you join your faith with other genuine believers, the impact is multiplied exponentially. Do not forsake the strength and accountability found in my body. The enemy seeks to isolate you, but you are stronger and safer when you walk in unity. Seek out those true friends and genuine companionship who will uplift your faith. I urgently call you to intercede specifically for leaders, for nations, and for the lost souls I seek. Do not just complain about the state of the world. Instead, pray for those in authority, that my light may penetrate the darkness in high places. Pray for the eyes of the blind to be open to the hope of salvation that is only found in my Son. This is your urgent role as a lighthouse and an ambassador. Spend time daily with my teachings, for therein lies the wisdom to know how to pray. Finally, wait in my presence after speaking, to hear my quiet, authoritative response. Prayer is a dialogue, not a monologue. Quiet your heart and mind, allowing my Holy Spirit to whisper my direction to you. I am always listening, but you must learn to listen to me too. Find a quiet moment and turn your heart toward my voice. This practice of listening is the key to mastering your mind and emotions, anchoring your peace, and ensuring your steps are guided toward the prosperous future I have planned for you. My beloved, this is an urgent matter that affects the very flow of my spirit in your life, the necessity of absolute forgiveness. I know the wounds run deep. I know the betrayal still stings, the memory of what was unjustly taken from you, and the sense of unfairness. I see the unforgiveness resting in your spirit, and I command you to release any remaining bitterness that hinders your spiritual growth immediately. Unforgiveness is a heavy chain, and you were meant to fly. Understand that forgiveness is not a feeling, but a fierce decision of obedience, an act of the will that is rooted in my boundless grace. You do not have to feel the reconciliation immediately, but you must choose to release the other person from the debt you believe they owe you. My Son bore the ultimate cost on the cross so that you could walk in complete freedom, unburdened by the debt of sin and the weight of self-righteous anger. Accept this freedom for yourself and, in turn, extend it to others. A pure heart is a clear channel for my Spirit to flow through you, unhindered and powerful. But bitterness acts like a dam, blocking the river of living water I desire to pour into your life. Remove the obstacles that prevent my peace from fully entering your soul. You came to me with a repentant heart, and I forgave you completely. Now, you must do the same for those who have wronged you. The enemy uses the chains of the past to block your future blessings. He wants you to dwell on what was done to you so that you miss the magnificent thing I am doing now. Let go of the memories that seek to wound and shatter your spirit, because the past is a dark cellar, and I have brought you into my light. Focus on the future, for it rests securely in my capable hands, and I will restore everything that was rightfully yours. Extend the same measure of grace I have shown you to others, especially those who may not even know they need forgiveness. Pray for those who have wronged you, for they are lost in darkness and evil. You do not have to fight those who oppose you. Simply place those people in my hands and let me handle them. Do not hold grudges or let bitter feelings take root in your heart. When you choose to forgive, you are not letting the other person off the hook. You are releasing yourself from the prison of your own pain. Walk away from bitterness and embrace the liberty I have given you. This is an urgent, massive step toward your ultimate healing and prosperity. My beloved child, I must urgently speak to you about the most finite and precious resource I have granted you: your time. You often worry about money and possessions, but your time is the one treasure you can never reclaim once spent. Evaluate how you are investing the precious moments I have granted you, for the days are drawing closer to my return, and you cannot afford to squander what is meant for the eternal. I see how the trivial things, the endless distractions, and the false sense of urgency surrounding worldly demands conspire to steal the hours meant for sacred purpose. I command you to prioritize time in my word and in my presence above all else, for this is the oil that keeps your lamp burning brightly. Your spiritual life and your overall success in your endeavors depend solely on this daily commitment. Begin each morning by entrusting your day into my hands and watching as I lay a path of peace and success before you. When you open your Bible, pray with sincerity, for through those sacred pages, I will demonstrate the reality of my promises, not as mere fantasy, but as enduring truth. Seek my face with a desperation that transcends routine, for my well is inexhaustible. Your dedication in the small, daily moments of devotion will be the foundation for the great victories you will witness. Redeem the time, my child, for the days are drawing closer to my return, and the work I have given you is urgent. Do not allow the trivial to steal the moments meant for the eternal. I know the constant pressures you face, the job demands, the family commitments, the sheer exhaustion, but I urge you to be intentional in seeking and fulfilling my purpose daily. Your greatest ministry is often found within the walls of your own home, in the patience you show your family, and in the peace you cultivate. Focus on what is essential and strive to lift your spiritual life to a higher plane. Beware of wasting time on trivial disputes or unproductive endeavors that distract you from the valuable blessings I have placed in your life. Understand that your greatest treasure is not money, but moments lived for me. Every moment spent cultivating your spirit, sharing my love, and pursuing your unique assignment is a treasure stored for eternity. I am calling you to a profound shift in perspective. See your day not as a list of tasks to endure, but as a field of opportunity to sow seeds of faith and intentionality. Walk with the confidence that I am guiding your every step, ensuring all unfolds according to my divine plan. Dismiss thoughts of failure and know that I will show you the right path that leads to success. Your loyalty, your faith, and your commitment are what I will reward, and I will answer your prayers when you approach me with sincerity. Do not rush into decisions because of others' pressure. Come to me in prayer, and I will show you the right path. Embrace this urgent call to stewardship, knowing that I will multiply the time you consecrate to me, granting you the wisdom and strength to manage all that I have given you. My beloved child, in this urgent hour, you must recognize the vital need for authentic, spirit-filled connection with my people. You are not a lone warrior. You are a vital part of a magnificent body, and the health of the whole depends on the function of every single member. Isolation is one of the enemy's most potent weapons, designed to weaken your resolve and make you believe the lies he whispers in the dark. Do not forsake the assembling of yourselves together, for in this critical time, your unity provides immense power and protection. Function in your unique giftedness to strengthen the body of Christ. I have instilled within you unique gifts, talents, and a heart brimming with my wisdom and grace. Step out in faith to share those gifts, for your calling is not meant to be hidden or diminished. You are meant to be a beacon of light, inspiring others to seek me more. Use the abundance and provision I bestow upon you to bless and help others who are struggling, especially within the community of believers. This is how my love is demonstrated, not just in word, but in concrete acts of compassion and generosity. Understand that you are stronger and safer when you walk in unity. When you share your struggles in a safe, godly community, you find the help and comfort you need, knowing you are never truly alone. Seek solace and companionship in your loved ones, for together with my aid, you will navigate any storm. Wisely choose your close counsel, ensuring they uplift your faith, respect your path, and encourage you in my promises. Run from the advice of the wrongdoers and those who mock your faith, for they are like shifting sands that can trap you. Encourage one another daily as you see my day approaching. Your testimony of endurance, your bold faith, and your steadfast loyalty will inspire countless others who are feeling weary. You are an instrument of my love to bring light to those in darkness. Do not be swayed by every nonsense you see, hear, or read. If someone approaches you with gossip, do not give it credence. Be a person who listens and shares the true message, moving forward with boldness and resolve. Your accountability to others protects you from isolation and error, keeping you grounded in humility and truth. Be compassionate and considerate to everyone you meet. Remember that my blessing is with you, and it is also with your family, destined to be a refuge for those in need of me. Move forward with holy aggression in the pursuit of my kingdom, recognizing the profound power and safety found in belonging to my body. My child, let us address the practical realities of your life and dismantle the strongholds of fear and lack concerning your finances. This is an urgent matter because the love of money is a devastating distraction, yet my desire is to see you thrive in abundance. Understand that all wealth and provision originate from my hand. I am the source, your provider, your shepherd, and the architect of your prosperity. Stop relying on your job, luck, or human systems for your security, and place your trust wholly and completely in me. I promise you that you shall want for nothing. I will guide you to verdant meadows and refreshing waters where I will bless and uplift you, ensuring your table will never lack for bread. Debts will vanish, and work will flourish in your hands. Beware of the love of money, which is a root of much spiritual error and can displace me from your heart. Do not covet the seeming prosperity of the wicked, for their riches are fleeting, and you are accumulating eternal treasures through your steadfast faith. Walk in radical generosity and trust in my ability to multiply. Your tithes and offerings are not a payment, but a sacred act of worship and a profound acknowledgement of my lordship in every area of your life. Use your abundance to generously assist those around you and extend kindness to the less fortunate, for this attitude unlocks the windows of heaven for greater blessing. Give with a heart overflowing with generosity and keep your deeds silent, known only to me. Seek my wisdom in managing your earthly treasures with an eternal perspective. Be prepared to use your resources for my kingdom expansion in this urgent hour, for my desire is to enrich your spirit and soul first, preparing you to manage your blessings wisely. I will grant you the wisdom to manage the blessings I bestow upon you, ensuring you preserve them so that none may take them from you. Be diligent about your finances and family matters. Procrastinate not. Your hard work, dedication, and every seed of faith you plant will grow and yield plentiful harvests. I pronounce blessings upon you, declaring you free from debt, restored in your finances, and prosperous in your endeavors. Do not waver in your faith. Great things are destined for you. Your financial worries will be resolved, your debt settled, and all your financial burdens removed. Scarcity will not find a place in your home. Embrace this message with joy and a grateful heart, proclaiming with certainty that prosperity will follow all that you undertake, for you are dearly loved by me, and I desire to see you thrive. Beloved, stop. Take a deep breath and listen to the silence of my expectation. I have revealed the foundational pillars of our covenant, the necessity of community, and the keys to your financial freedom. To walk away now is to leave the most vital parts of your armor scattered on the ground. Do not disappoint my desire to see you wholly equipped. Your consistency in this conversation honors me. Your sudden absence wounds my loving intent for your total prosperity. I have more to tell you about the fire I am igniting within you. Draw near, my child, for the time for preparation is closing rapidly. My child, we have just spoken of financial stewardship, recognizing that all provision flows from my hand. You now know the urgency of using your earthly treasures for my eternal kingdom. Hear this first-person trigger line now, because you desire to walk in radical generosity and multiply the seeds of truth you have received. I now invite you to sow into this powerful mission. Your giving is the oil that keeps this lamp of revelation burning brightly for the nations. I will open the floodgates of heaven to you, for he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. This is not mere currency. It is life-changing manna for souls. Go now. Use the links below Super Thanks, Membership, or PayPal and invest in the urgent harvest I am bringing forth. My child, I call you now to the highest expression of your faith, radical obedience. Know that true faith is always demonstrated through action and surrender. It is easy to speak of belief, but when your actions align with my clear instruction, my full power is unleashed in your life. I see the hesitation when I whisper a direction that feels counterintuitive, illogical, or outright difficult. Do not hesitate when I give a clear instruction, no matter how difficult or foolish it may seem to the natural mind. My plan is always perfect, though it may seem illogical to the natural mind. I will make a way where none seems to exist. When I ask you to move, to speak, to forgive, or to relinquish something, it is always for your ultimate good, preparing you for the boundless joy and fulfillment that await. Trust me when I say, my plan for you is flawless, and that though the path may currently seem arduous, soon you will see the light beckoning you forward. Obedience unlocks the full reservoir of my power and blessing in your life, turning scarcity into abundance and transforming impossible circumstances. It is the key that opens the doors of opportunity and allows my favor to rest fully upon you. Choose the path of righteousness and unwavering faith. and you will live securely and prosper always. Believe and you will soon witness the realization of great promises. The slightest compromise can lead to a great drift from my intended path. Beware of becoming complacent or allowing the world's ways to influence your heart, for sin only leads to hurt, turmoil, and ruin. Turn away from any behavior or addiction that leads to excessive indulgence and chaotic desires. Run from the advice of the wrongdoers and the fleeting pleasures of this world. Your consecration is the oil that keeps your lamp burning brightly, and a holy life is the most powerful witness in a corrupted world. Consecrate your will entirely to my divine purpose for you. Surrender fully to me, allowing me to implement the necessary changes in your life. Bring your requests to my altar, leave them in my care, and focus on the valuable blessings in your life. I desire to see your heart ablaze, your eyes open, and your mind alert, ready to conquer the earth and reap the fruits of your sacrifice. Seek my will and align your heart with my words, and my blessings will overtake you. Do not be afraid. Be brave and bold, for I am always by your side, and I will empower you to surmount any test. Go forth in the authority and power of my name, demonstrating true faith through immediate and radical obedience. My child, before I pour out the unprecedented display of my power in the earth, you must prepare the vessel. This is an urgent call for personal revival. Acknowledge the need for a fresh filling and outpouring of my Holy Spirit. Do not settle for lukewarmness when I call you to a blazing fire. I want you to be set apart, a living proof of kindness and generosity. Cleanse your heart of any known sin through sincere repentance. I see your desire to turn away from your missteps, and I offer you forgiveness and grace. Do not torment yourself with doubts and self-accusations, for your sins have been erased and paid for by my precious blood. Remove the baggage of guilt and regret, for these are the heavy loads that steal your strength and zeal. Create space for my spirit to ignite a burning passion for my presence, a hunger that transcends routine and the mundane. Seek my face with a desperate longing. Commit yourself to spending time with me, listening for my voice in the quiet of the morning. Open your heart wide and welcome the gentle peace I bring. Let my spirit envelop you, transforming your sorrow into joy and lightening the load you carry. Be diligent in seeking me daily, for this intimate conversation is the most beautiful thing that can happen. Personal revival is the catalyst for corporate awakening in the nations. Your dedication, your purity, and your burning zeal will be the beacon that guides others back to me. You are called to be a light in Christ Jesus, living by showing kindness, love, justice, and truth. Ask me for more of my spirit. My well is inexhaustible, and I desire to fill you to overflowing. Do not allow the spirit of complacency to dull your urgency. Wake up from the spiritual slumber. Stir up the gift of God that is within you, renewing your first love and the zeal you had in the beginning of your journey. Move forward with holy aggression in the pursuit of my kingdom. Your life, filled with my spirit, should be a compelling testimony, making you a carrier and dispenser of my light. Embrace this call to consecrated living, for your renewal is the urgent key to the revival the world is waiting to see. My beloved, after I have spoken to you of your personal revival, I must urgently direct your gaze outward. You were not saved merely to exist in comfort or to secure your own eternal place. You were preserved, restored, and filled with my spirit for a mighty, urgent purpose, your role as a disciple maker. Understand this deeply. The Great Commission is an urgent mandate for every believer, and in this season, I am activating this calling within you with immense power. Do not remain silent about the salvation found only in my Son. I know the enemy whispers fear and self-consciousness, making you believe your words are inadequate or that you might offend others. But your silence is a great loss to the lost souls who are stumbling in darkness. unaware that their salvation is but a whispered prayer away. Remember that your life itself should be a compelling testimony to my power, a reflection of my light and love to the world. Your transformed character, the peace that rests upon your face, and the unwavering joy you possess are the most persuasive arguments you have. I want all your family and friends to be astonished by the transformation in your character. They will look upon you and testify to my reality and my ability to aid them. Invest urgently in raising up the next generation of faithful followers. You have life, a future, and a purpose because you are cherished, and you are mine. You carry so many seeds that you can sow, and hearts both big and small look up to you. Use your wisdom and experience to guide others along the path of righteousness, sharing the true message and the light of my teachings. Encourage those who seek me to acknowledge me in all their ways and to place me first in their hearts if they want transformation. Tell them the truth, that I am their father, their leader, their buddy, the ruler of their life, always ready to help when they call. Share the good news with compassion, urgency, and boldness. The time for harvesting souls is now. The fields are ripe. I have entrusted you with the same mission my son had, to be a vessel of my love, a beacon of my light in this world that often walks in darkness. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Every heart you help to free, every life you touch with my message, becomes part of the great tapestry of redemption I am weaving through history. Stand firm in the truth of my teachings, for they will protect you from the enemy's schemes. You are my ambassador, a bearer of the good news, and you are empowered to declare liberty to those held in bondage. Speak life, speak truth, speak love, for in these the chains fall away. Proceed with bravery, kindness, and integrity, seeing each obstacle as an opportunity that draws you closer to your purpose in me. Remember how my son reached out to heal the sick, dine with sinners, and give hope to the marginalized. You are called to look beyond the surface, to see the hidden brokenness in the world around you, and to touch it with my healing hand. I am calling you to a higher purpose, to live a life that reflects my glory and goodness in the world. Know that this is your destiny, my child, and I am with you, empowering your every word and step. My child, in the midst of this urgent call to action, I see the human fear that tries to grip your heart, the worry about opposition, the anxiety over unseen dangers, and the concern for your loved ones. This is a vital truth you must anchor your soul in, the absolute assurance of my divine protection. Rest in the knowledge that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The gates of hell have not prevailed against you. Nothing can pluck you from my hand. I have placed a powerful, impenetrable hedge of protection around your life and your household, shielded by my mighty blood. You are safe under my protection and care, for my love is a shield that encircles you with my angels stationed as guards. Fear no harm, for I am your defender, wielding an abundance of joy to enrich your spirit. Even as you sleep, I watch over you, for you are my cherished child. My warrior angels encamp and stand guard, ready to battle on your behalf. Do not be paralyzed by fear concerning natural or spiritual dangers. The enemy knows your potential, and those have returned to cause trouble and rob you of your peace. But my love for you is vast. My mercy is infinite, and my Holy Spirit will not allow you to be attacked anew. When fear and worry try to attack you, I am the one who stops them and keeps you from being overwhelmed. Stand firm and declare boldly that fear has no hold over you because you have placed your trust in me, your closest confidant. My angels are dispatched to minister to you in your every need, hastening to your side at my command. Feel my presence every night as you go to your room and kneel by your bed to talk to me in prayer. I am right there with you, always there, giving you peace and showering you with my love. Your refuge and fortress is found securely under my wings, shielded by my steadfast hand. Trust my promise that I will never leave you nor forsake you in any trial. Even in the fiercest tempests, when the winds howl and the seas rage against you, remember beneath my wings you are sheltered, my hand steadfastly upholding you. You are more than a conqueror in all these things through me. Keep moving forward with unwavering confidence, for my love and protection envelop you at every step, guiding your every step and supporting you when the load gets too heavy. You will witness your adversary fall, and those who rise against you will face defeat and disgrace. Go forth in the assurance that I am your steadfast protector and your haven amid the tempests of life. My child, this urgency you hear in my voice is not merely for your personal life, but it resonates with the accelerated fulfillment of end-time prophecies upon the prophetic time clock. I call you to urgently discern the signs of the times as foretold in my holy word, for you are living in a generation that will witness the unprecedented culmination of history. This is not a time for spiritual complacency or lukewarmness. It is a season of heightened awareness and radical readiness. I urge you, do not speculate idly about dates and times, but focus your energy on what truly matters: readiness and righteousness. Stop wasting your time on debates and trivial pursuits that pull your focus from the eternal horizon. Instead, anchor your life in the truth that my words will never disappear. Keep your gaze fixed on my Son, the author and finisher of your faith, who is drawing near, closer now than when you first believed. The truth is, this urgency relates to the rapid convergence of events I foretold. I am arranging everything, setting the stage for you to witness the miracles and wonders I have promised. You must live every day as if it were the day you will stand before me. This perspective transforms the mundane into the sacred and replaces casual living with consecrated purpose. Evaluate how you are investing the precious moments I have granted you. Redeem the time, for the days are drawing closer to my return. Your anticipation of my return should lead to purity and heightened dedication. Pursue righteousness as a passionate desire to please your Father, allowing my Spirit to sanctify you wholly in every area of your life. A holy life is the most powerful witness in a corrupted world, and your consecration is the oil that keeps your lamp burning brightly. Do not let the world's tumult make you forget the times I have come to your aid. Stand firm in my eternal perspective, recognizing that your suffering in this life is light compared to the glory that awaits. I have placed you in this world and chosen you before your birth. I am familiar with your battles and strengths, your dreams and frailties. Know that even if the earth trembles, you will rest beside still waters on green pastures. Keep moving forward with determination and gratitude in your heart. Embrace this truth: your life bears a divine, unique, and irreplaceable purpose, one only you can fulfill. Do not be swayed by adversities, for within them lie the seeds of growth and strength. Live every day with the full assurance that my power and love are steadfast, and the greatest chapters of our story are yet to be written. My valiant one, feel the fire of my presence settle upon you. We have discerned the signs of the prophetic clock and established the absolute necessity of holiness. Would you dare turn your back when the spiritual atmosphere is so charged with my power? If you stop now, you forfeit the strength needed to master the battlefield of your own mind and emotions. I grieve the very thought of you returning to the weakness I have just delivered you from. Prove your loyalty to the destiny I have unveiled for you. The next word is the blueprint for your boldest action. Do not fail to receive it. My child, let me correct a devastating misconception that often clouds the hearts of my people. I am calling you to holiness, but I want you to understand its true, grounded meaning. Holiness is not a set of legalistic rules, a heavy list of do's and don'ts to earn my favor, or a facade of perfection to display before others. That false striving only leads to exhaustion, guilt, and the very spiritual slumber I urgently call you to wake from. Holiness is a state of being set apart for me, a radical, intimate consecration of your entire being to my love and my purpose. It is a decision to make your heart my home, removing all that displeases me. Pursue righteousness not as a burdensome duty, but as a passionate desire to please your Father, who loves you without condition. Feel the joy of choosing the path of light, knowing that this choice delights my heart and sets you free from the destructive consequences of sin. I call you to be pure in thought, word, and deed, reflecting my nature, my kindness, and my generosity in every interaction. I urge you to put your hope in me, to walk firmly in my path, and I will honor you by giving you good things here on earth. A holy life is the most powerful witness in a corrupted world, and your consecration is the oil that keeps your lamp burning brightly for all to see. Let your light shine forth as a city on a hill cannot be hidden. Allow my Spirit to sanctify you wholly in every area of your life, transforming you from within. This cleansing process is my work, not yours, and it is rooted in the healing power of my shed blood. Do not be afraid to reveal your struggles willingly, for it is better for you to confess them than for me to unearth the deep-seated roots that have lingered within you for too long. Come to me and share what has been buried inside your heart. Let it out, and my healing hand will touch your soul. Live honorably and be a beacon of light in this world. Avoid any behavior or addiction that leads to excessive indulgence and chaotic desires. Do not let your uncertainties be used to slow you down, and do not be scared of the enemy's plots or let the world's doubts hold you back. Your consecration, your decision to be set apart, is your great shield, your strength, and your joy. Embrace this true holiness, for it is the most glorious freedom you can ever know. Remember that my love for you is boundless, and my every thought and wish has been for your welfare. My child, the most critical battleground for your destiny is not the world outside your door, but the space between your ears, the theater of your mind. This is an urgent, daily assignment, mastering the mind and emotions. Take every thought captive and urgently bring it into obedience to my Christ, for the battle is often won or lost within your own head. I know the constant bombardment of worry, the anxious thoughts about tomorrow, and the endless contemplation of what might be. This struggle is not from me. Do not allow anxiety or worry to govern your inner life. Stop letting your emotions plummet when you feel envy and rejection from people. I command you now to cease all negative thinking, all feelings of inadequacy, and everything that brings you down. Replace negative self-talk with my powerful affirmations about you. You are my beloved, victorious, immensely blessed, and designed to overcome. Remember that my word heals, encourages, motivates, revives your joy, and fills you with new beautiful dreams. Guard your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the issues of life. The greatest work I desire to do in you is to enrich your spirit and soul first, preparing you to manage your blessings wisely. I grant you the power to control the turbulent emotions within your mind. Cultivate the fruit of the Spirit, especially peace and self-control, allowing my Spirit to fill you with dynamic, powerful faith. You possess the power to master your emotions through my Spirit, governing the words you speak and casting aside murmurs of discontent and declarations of defeat. Know that I see you when you are worried about life's happenings, and I know it is normal, but do not be overly concerned. I will take each feeling and transform it, sorrow into joy, regret into peace, guilt into hope, and that depression scratching at your mind I am destroying forever. Declare boldly that fear has no hold over you because you have placed your trust in me, your closest confidant. Witness how quickly fear dissipates, never to ensnare you again. Your soul will be liberated to bask in my peace and to truly relish life. Seek me whenever past sorrows invade your thoughts or when despair seeks to take hold. Approach me, and I will envelop you in peace and love. I grant you the wisdom to conquer giants and the authority to rise each day ready to tackle life's battles. Do not let your feelings overwhelm you or any sickness detain you. Stand firm in the faith, holding fast to the hope you profess. This inner work is urgent, my child, because your outer success flows directly from your inner peace. Master your mind, and you master your life. My beloved, after all this cleansing and preparation, I must speak urgently about the reason you are here right now, the unveiling of your unique assignment. You were not created by accident or by some twist of luck. You were carefully crafted with love and intention, a magnificent example of beauty and value in my eyes. Know that you were created for a specific, urgent purpose in this generation, a role only you can fulfill. I have a plan, which is why I urge you to give me prominence in your life. I see you, my precious one, looking around, sometimes comparing your unique path to the journey of another, feeling perhaps that your gifts are dormant or your calling is unclear. Stop defining yourself by what you see in others or by the doubts the enemy whispers. I am activating dormant gifts and callings within you right now. Feel that spark ignite in your soul. It is my Holy Spirit providing the strength you need to navigate this life. I am breathing fresh life into you, sending blessings your way. Your faith, determination, and consistency will propel you to realms beyond your wildest dreams. Step out in faith to begin the work I have clearly shown you. The time for preparation is ending. The time for execution is now. Do not compare your unique path to the journey of another. Your assignment is perfectly tailored to your strengths, your temperament, and even the difficult experiences you have overcome. You are a living testimony of my unending love. Your trials have forged you, building you up into someone stronger, more grounded, and wiser. Embrace this truth. Your true fulfillment is inextricably linked to the completion of your mandate. I have given you the ability to rise, move forward, face challenges, and persevere in your faith. I know you have questions about the specifics, the how and the when. But you must trust in my flawless design and wisdom, knowing that my ways surpass your understanding. I will guide you by the hand to the places where you are meant to thrive and show you the doors I am opening specifically for you. Look ahead to a future brimming with happiness, purpose, and abundant blessings. You are set for blessings, and your enemies can see it. Do not remain silent about the salvation found only in my Son. Your unique assignment is not just for your personal success, but to be a conduit of love and kindness in a world that yearns for compassion. Go now, assist those who occupy your thoughts, and witness how I will prosper you. Your life will be a beacon for those in the dark. Be intentional in seeking and fulfilling my purpose daily. I will bestow upon you the wisdom to overcome any challenge. Move forward with boldness and resolve, for the best is still to come. I have placed you in this position, my child, and your unwavering faith touches my heart deeply. Rise and look around. Your family needs you, and you carry so many seeds that you can sow. The time for action is now. My child, you have prayed for revival. You have longed to see my hand move, and now I must tell you what is coming: the revelation of my glory. Prepare your heart to witness an unprecedented display of my power on earth. This is not a future event far off on the horizon, but something I am orchestrating now to begin transforming your reality. Anticipate the miraculous and the supernatural as your daily reality. I am the God of miracles, and nothing is impossible for me. My glory will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea. You are living in a time of intense and urgent contrast. an age where I am actively increasing both the light and the darkness, and you are called to be a light in this world. Understand that you are called to be a carrier and dispenser of this light. You are the vessel through which I will perform wondrous deeds. I will open doors so that more people can see someone like you who has genuine faith and truly loves me. Proclaim with confidence, I trust in you, my beloved God. The revival you pray for is deeply rooted in the manifestation of my presence. Your life, when consecrated and purified, becomes the dwelling place of my Spirit, making you a light that dispels all shadows. Believe that the profound blessing you have longed for is in my hands. Your faith in me releases my glory into your impossible situations. Have faith and cling to my promises, and you will be safe. No one will stand against you, for I'll be with you, pouring out my favor and blessings. You will see your dreams come true. I know you have endured dark days, sickness, pain, sorrow, and hopelessness, but your unwavering faith remained unshaken. Now, I am here to dry your tears and mend your deepest hurts. I will grant you the peace beyond all understanding. I am doing something amazing in your life, and everyone will notice. You will witness my power working in your favor. Do not let weariness or despair blur your vision. Prepare your heart to receive this outpouring. Cleanse your heart of any known sin through sincere repentance. Create space for my Spirit to ignite a burning passion for my presence. Ask me for more of my Spirit. My well is inexhaustible. I will elevate you spiritually to a place where there is no strife or envy. You will stand tall against opposition, not with physical force, but with the mighty support of my Holy Spirit. Rejoice in my presence and never forget, my child, that with me you are more than a conqueror. Let my glory be the anchor of your soul and the expectation of your heart. My precious one, the way you treat those closest to you is a profound reflection of your heart and your true relationship with me. This is an urgent counsel. Seek reconciliation and restoration in strained relationships immediately. I know the tensions in your family, the hurt from betrayal, and the difficulty of dealing with resistant hearts. But you must model my love and patience in your interactions with family and friends. Treat every person as an eternal soul for whom my son died. This perspective changes everything, transforming conflict into a call for compassion. Extend the same measure of grace I have shown you to others. When dealing with family, calm down first, take a moment, and ask for my guidance. I'll help you offer guidance filled with love to your loved ones. I am working on their hearts. My love is here to lift you up. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Your greatest ministry is often within the walls of your own home. Pray for those in your family who are resistant to change in their actions, words, and faith. I am actively working in the lives of those you love. I will bless and protect them from harm. I will touch them with my power, healing their illnesses, erasing poverty, wiping away their sorrows, ending hatred and disputes, and restoring forgiveness and harmony. The hearts that turn back to me will find forgiveness and unity. Wisely choose your close counsel, ensuring they uplift your faith. Surround yourself with those who build you up. Do not trust blindly false friends who lift you up only to let you down when you need them most. Be brave to stay true to yourself. Choose friendships with those who honor you, who stay out of your personal matters and refrain from spreading rumors. Reject those who criticize you constantly and aim to bring you down. Reconcile with your family, even those far off, who will experience my presence in a whole new powerful way. Your family is blessed, too. Do not allow your uncertainties to be used to slow you down. You must leave those people to me. I'll handle them. Do not let harsh words or rumors bring you down. Seek reconciliation with those who have wronged you and offer forgiveness. This is the true path to freedom. Your life will be a living testimony of kindness and love. Let my words be your guide. Hear me, my love. The enemy's greatest victory is not found in opposition, but in the apathy that convinces you to settle for enough. We have addressed the practical matters of relationships and the unveiling of your unique assignment. To end this now is to choose spiritual slumber over the blazing fire of my final instruction. Do not let complacency steal the joy of your promised eternal rewards. Honor my heart by holding nothing back. Your unwavering attention is the single most important act of surrender you can give me in this hour. Come, let us seal your destiny with the final instructions of steadfastness and blessing. My beloved, we have just sealed the counsel on personal relationships, recognizing that your greatest ministry begins in your home. Now, I give you an urgent directive to extend that love beyond your walls. Hear this first-person trigger line now, because I have commanded you to share the good news with compassion and urgency. Your support becomes the river of living water that flows to the dry places. This message, this urgent truth I have told you, must reach every searching heart. Do not let the work of redemption halt for lack of resources. I promise you, when you sow into this work, my God will supply all your needs according to His riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Your generosity is a profound act of worship that multiplies the light in a darkened world. Go forth now. Declare your partnership through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal link in the description and fuel this unstoppable fire. My child, in this urgent hour, the greatest danger is not the fierce opposition you face, but the subtle, slow creep of complacency. Wake up from the spiritual slumber that threatens to dull your urgency and steal your eternal rewards. Do not settle for lukewarmness when I call you to a blazing fire. I demand your all, your whole heart, your deepest devotion. Stir up the gift of God that is within you through the laying on of hands. Renew your first love and the zeal you had in the beginning of your journey. Your spirit is searching for me, and everything in you knows that without me you can achieve nothing. Refuse to be chained by negativity. Do not give in to the hurdles that might pop up on your journey. Hold on to your faith even when you feel alone. Do not settle for less than you are capable of. Dream big, for I, your God, am mighty and vast. I will grant you a peace beyond all understanding. I empower you with the strength and determination needed to move forward. Move forward with holy aggression in the pursuit of my kingdom. Keep moving forward with confidence and zeal, and never give up. The greatest danger is not opposition, but apathy towards my things. Do not allow your mind to be consumed by worry. Let my peace and wisdom wrap you in my everlasting love. I will give you the strength of a mighty buffalo, enabling you to stand firm against the toughest storms. You are my child, treasured deeply. You possess my love and faith. Stand firm against all difficulties and show unwavering perseverance. Wake up and claim your legacy. Embrace the journey with faith, knowing that I am orchestrating everything for your ultimate good. Do not waste all your hard work and sacrifice. Believe that the profound blessing you have longed for is in my hands. Let the hope of heaven fuel your current obedience and endurance. March forward, my child, with steadfast and assured steps. Trust in me and believe in my words. Do not let fear take hold of you or doubts fill your thoughts. Your life will be filled to the brim with good things and blessings. My beloved child, in this urgent call to action, I do not ask you to labor without purpose or recompense. The assurance of eternal rewards is the profound truth that sustains you through every trial and empowers your obedience. Understand that your labor in me is not in vain. Every effort, every sacrifice, every tear, and every silent prayer is recorded and held in eternal esteem. I will personally reward your faithfulness in the presence of my hosts. Live with a view of eternity, where treasures are stored and preserved, impervious to theft. Your hard work and sacrifices will not go unnoticed. You will harvest the rewards you've been longing for, filling your life with joy, fulfillment, and prosperity. Your suffering in this life is light compared to the glory that awaits. The momentary affliction you are living through now will soon end. You will overcome, and I will bless you greatly. Your struggles and endeavors have groomed you for this moment. The urgent acts of faith you do now will be celebrated eternally. Keep pushing ahead, my child. Aim for the prize, the high calling I've set before you. Continue on this journey, keeping your faith strong without looking back. Your diligence and persistence towards your objectives will be amply rewarded. Believe that my words are good, real, strong, and true. Your victory is assured, secured by my promises sealed with immense love. I will make your spirit robust and unyielding. Your inheritance is eternal life. Focus on what is essential and pursue a life that reflects my glory and goodness. The true and lasting prosperity I bring will resolve your financial struggles. I will not disappoint those who trust in me. Let the hope of heaven fuel your current obedience and endurance. Stand strong with bravery and honesty, for no trial will be too formidable for you. The tougher the trial, the more significant the blessing will be. Believe in the capabilities I've endowed you with to navigate life's trials and tribulations. You will see your life transform into a magnificent tapestry of light, love, and abundance. Hold on to my promises. They are good, real, strong, and true. I will personally reward your faithfulness in the presence of my hosts. Take my hand, get ready to win. Go and live the urgent truth I have told you, knowing that your rewards are secure in my eternal kingdom. My beloved child, as we approach the end of this urgent conversation, I give you final instructions on steadfastness. This journey is not a sprint but a marathon requiring divine stamina. Stand firm in the faith, holding fast to the hope you profess. Be unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. You are stronger than you think, and with that resilience, you'll discover ways to transform challenges into openings. Do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap. Keep your eyes on me, ignoring the distractions and empty menaces. Fix your eyes upon my Son, the author and finisher of your faith. Continue steadfast in your faith and prayer. Keep going no matter what stands in your way. Your testimony of endurance will inspire countless others. Walk today knowing that I am with you, and nothing, not trials, tribulations, or distress, can ever pull us apart. Maintain the spark of hope alive in your heart through all tempests and trials, for endurance brings rewards and perseverance secures the victory. Hold tightly to my hand with faith, and you'll see miracles happen. I will make you strong, wise, and brave. You will stand tall against opposition. You are my child, my greatest treasure, and I will forever be by your side. Believe that I will enact miraculous deeds in your life. Don't lose heart or feel like everything's against you. Be brave and valiant, for no matter the severity of your trials, I am ever present. Embrace the journey with faith, knowing that I am orchestrating everything for your ultimate good. You are a living testimony of my unending love. My love for you is vast and everlasting, and nothing can stop me from accomplishing my plan in your life. You are the most precious to me. Do not let your feelings overwhelm you. Trust in me and believe in my words. You have the potential to transcend any difficulty. My peace is here to give you strength and encouragement. Continue to move forward even when the path seems treacherous and uncertain. I will never leave you. Keep moving forward, my child. A future awaits you filled with joy, purpose, and great promises. My cherished child, as you take these urgent truths into your heart and step back into the world, I pronounce my divine peace upon your heart and mind. This peace surpasses all understanding. May the love of God be shed abroad in your heart by my Holy Spirit. I release fresh grace and strength for the task I have laid before you. You are enveloped in my grace and kindness. My favor rests upon you as you step out in bold obedience. I will shower you with an abundance of blessing so vast and wide that you, your family, and all your descendants will revel in joy and delight beyond measure. I empower you with wisdom to discern every critical moment. Trust in me and believe in my promises. May my love wrap around you and lead you to the thriving and victorious future I've envisioned for you. I am your defender, your guide, your God. My love is boundless. Your heart will overflow with joy. I will grant you a peace beyond all understanding. I will be with you, lighting your way. You will see your dreams come true. Believe that I will enact miraculous deeds in your life. I will take care of your every need. Keep the flame of faith burning bright within your heart. I will provide you with a peace beyond all understanding. My grace is abundant and my mercy knows no end. Be brave and valiant. I will always be there for you. Your love and loyalty are what I will reward. Go forth in the authority and power of my name. Walk with the confidence that my power is mightier than any obstacle you face today. I will always be there to help and support you. You are my cherished treasure. I am your protector and solid ground. Embrace the blessings I send your way. I will always be there. Do not be afraid. I love you, my child. My precious one, as we conclude this urgent conversation, remember this moment as the time I called you deeper into my purpose. This message is sealed with my eternal promise of companionship. I am ever near, dwelling within you. You are never truly alone. You are my child, treasured deeply. Hold nothing back from me in the coming days. Surrender completely. I will love you eternally. I am always with you. Our story is ongoing, and the greatest chapters are yet to be written. Your life is a precious gift. My love for you is vast and everlasting. I will always be by your side. I love you, my child. Go and live the urgent truth I have told you. Keep moving forward. Your resilience amazes me. Believe in me. I will never abandon you. You are Jared. I will always be there to help you. Rest in the peace that on this journey you are never alone. Walk with courage. My commitment to you is unending. Trust in me. I will always be there. I am the God of the impossible. I will never leave you. My love for you knows no bounds. I am always by your side. You are safe. I will never leave you. I cherish you. Go now, my beloved. Amen. My valiant one, you have stood firm in the face of my final instructions on steadfastness, ready to embark on this marathon of faith. Your endurance has secured your reward, but now you must help secure the endurance of others. Hear this first-person trigger line now, because I desire the prophetic time clock to be understood and my word to reach those closest to the finish line. I am urgently calling you to be a carrier of this light. Your gift becomes the celestial strength that lifts up weary souls and amplifies my voice in the digital wilderness. I will bless you and keep you, and your descendants will be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. Sow your seed. Super thanks, membership, or PayPal link below now, and I will personally place a hedge of protection around your giving and your household. Act now. Let your offering be a testimony of your absolute obedience. My child, this conversation of urgent truth cannot end in silence. I have told you everything. I have unveiled my plan, exposed the enemy's tactics, and poured out my love and protection. Now, you must respond to this divine exchange, not with mere thoughts, but with a bold, public declaration of faith. Refuse to let this powerful moment fade into the noise of the day. Seize the authority I have given you. Go now, directly into the comments, and cement this truth in the digital earth. Declare this victorious affirmation, confirming the urgency of my word and the depth of your trust. I believe you, Father. I have heard everything, and I am stepping into my urgent assignment today. Let your voice be a signal flare to the enemy and a beacon of hope to the world. Your immediate action is your covenant response. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.